coming at the north side LDN, caramba, and I've already had enough. I'm not in the mood for this microphone to start pissing me off. Well done. What bucaria did I say that you cannot rely on Mikel Moreno? What did I tell you about relying on Mikel Moreno? What did I tell you that is not something that we're going to be able to keep relying on? Eu tô cansado de repetir a mesma porcaria. Eu já tô cansado dessa porcaria. Arsenal 0, West Ham 1. Look at that performance. Look at the management of the team. Look at the porcaria from the manager. Look at the substitutions. Look at the performance. No. Eu tô cansado dessa merda. And we're going to get straight into it, bro. Because I've had enough of people telling me rubbish. Telling me porcaria. Lying in my face about the bench is fixed. Fix Milku. Fix Milku. About fixed. Look at that porcaria displayed today. Yeah, a man talking about PSV. We ain't going to beat PSV. We ain't doing nothing. We're going to get our artists handed to us, bro. One RKO and we're going to be lights out. Pin down, 1, 2, 3, and we're out of all competitions, you finish that puta. Just wait. Today, Kuda's absolutely cooking us. Bro, Calafiori, no filo da puta na minha vida. No filo da puta na minha vida is ever going to try to justify to me that Calafiori is a baller, bro. This guy is absolutely rubbish, bro. Getting cooked the whole game. That flipping Italian Billie Eilish, birds of a feather looking bitch. I am tired of that guy. Fucking filo da puta. I'm tired of that marica da merda. Don't give a shit about his long hair. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing 69 with men. I do 69 with my gal. I don't care about what men look like. I care about gal. Don't talk to me about his hair. Don't talk to me about, oh, you love the way he flicks his hair and he's a good looking girl. I don't give a crap, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Não quer saber nenhuma pucaria, nada de zesty pucaria panleiro behavior, bro. He is rubbish, bro. That paparazzi looking Lady Gaga looking Domeo sauce filo da puta and flipping Calafiori rah run the romance filo da puta. Absolutely uma merda, bro. Don't talk to me about this Italian Billie Eilish, bro. I don't care about nenhuma pucaria, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, bro. I don't care about this filo da puta. Rubbish, getting cooked every single time, bro. He was to blame. He was the main reason why we conceded against West Ham. That flipping paparazzi looking Lady Gaga. Paparazzi. Top Gunners are on a bench and they know that they like me. Paparazzi. Filo da puta. Não quer saber nenhuma merda, bro. Get this filo da puta sold in the summer. I told you this filo da puta ain't good enough. E agora estão a ver a porcaria. E agora estão a ver a porcaria. Rubbish. Can't even show the winger down the line, bro. Getting cooked. 1v1 getting cooked every time by Kudas, bro. And I want to justify this filo da puta to me. Birds of a feather, over the corner, eyes of a feather. Filo da puta, Billie Eilish, filo da puta. Rubbish. Don't talk to me about this guy, bro. Rubbish. He's flipping Caitlyn Jenner, Rainbow Ranger looking filo da puta and Calafiori. Rubbish. All that money spent on this filo da puta, you can't even win the ball, getting cocked 1v1. I don't care about the crosses that he did in the final third. Your job is to defend, stupida merda. Defending down, filo da puta. Marica da merda. Tô cansado desse filo da puta, pá. Defend. Where's the defending? When Lewis Skelly's on, we don't get cooked like that when he's playing left-hand side. Filo da puta, we'll get into him as well. Now, tô cansado dessa merda, bro. Rubbish. And these men try to justify this filo da puta to me. Try to define him to me because he looks like Shawn Michaels. I don't give a shit if you look like Shawn Michaels, bro. You are rubbish. The long-haired brunette version of Zinchenko. That's all Calafiori is, bro. And you were to blame for the goal. Rubbish. This guy defensively leaves so much to be desired. It is a joke. And man, we're talking to me about Maldini of defenders. Maldini of defenders. Just be honest, bro. Just be honest. The same man that are talking about what Calafiori likes, you might like to go to Thailand to seek ladyboys. Just tell the truth, you filo da puta. You man are into ladyboys. And you're mistaking Calafiori for, oh, lady boy. Oh, come down, lady boy. Lady boy. That's what you look like, filo da puta. As a footballer, this filo da puta is not good enough. And if that's what you like, go do something else. This ain't lady boy FC. Lady boy. Filo da puta. Tired of these guys, bro. Don't talk to me about Calafiori if you're not talking to me about football. Because I don't see nothing but a flipping Italian lady boy. Welcome to Thailand, filo da puta. Tired of these guys, bro. All these man that these men get behind, these finished that puta drown every single time. I told you this guy's a liability. I've been saying the same porcaria, mas não querem ouvir porque são teimosos da merda. Porque pensam que sabem tudo. You know everything? Well, why are we getting cooked with Calafiora on the left-hand side? Moving on from that idiot, bro. Flipping done with this guy. Odegaard. Odegaard. A man talking to me about world-class male goo about world-class. That guy, every single time Odegaard is in the final third, that guy looks like a constipated Donald Trump. Oh, Puerto Rico. Oh, we love Puerto Rico. Filho da puta. Always constipated. Release the ball. Let the shit drop, slide down your leg into the toilet. I'm tired of this. This guy has no ability, bro. Every single time, buffering. Bro, get a fucking Pampers, bro. You constipated. Get him a granddad nappy, bro. Release the ball. Arranca bola, pa, porra. Release the ball, caramba. Release the ball. Shoot the ball. Pass the ball. This guy's always constipated. What's going on? Had a dodgy biryani or something. Fiddle that puta, man. Tired of this guy, bro. Norwegian flipping Boris Johnson, bro. Get on that fucking Boris bike and pedal back to Real Sociedad, you stupid da merda. I'm tired of seeing that guy, bro. Giving the ball away, dribbling backwards, doing nothing, not opening up the defense. Do you know what I'm saying? You're the one that gave you stupid da merda. You're the reason. You're the one that gave it back to flipping West Ham to score the goal. This Norwegian Slim Shady. I'm tired of this guy, bro. I'm tired. Sit your ass down and get yourself an EasyJet flight and fuck off back to Real Sociedad. So stupido, panleiro, marica da merda. Tired of this guy. And the protection around Odegaard, I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. Oh, Odegaard, look at his blonde hair. Look at it. Fuck this guy, bro. Fuck this guy. This guy's running around the pitch like a 60-year-old Hulk Hogan. Do you know what I'm saying? With prosthetic tits. That's what you're looking like, bro. Man looking like a BBL job that, bro. Man looking like a flipping Brazilian job that's gone wrong. Fuck you. Get your shit and get the fuck out the club. I'm tired of this filho da puta, bro. Get your porcarias e rua. I'm tired of this guy, bro. I'm tired of this guy. Breaks down our counter-attacks, gives the ball away aimlessly, doesn't do anything, goes hiding, gets barged off the ball. I'm done with this guy, bro. I'm done with Odegaard. Pack your things. Yeah, Irua. You're not gonna be más nada. I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see, bro. This guy is allowing Sterling to take free kicks, bro. This guy is a criminal and supposed to be bro. When's the last time this Filho da puta actually had a good game? When's the last time Odegaard actually had a good game? Pack your porcarias and get the fuck out of the club. I'm done with this guy, bro. £240,000 a week. Look at that performance. And don't think it's a one-off. Oh, you're overreacting, Melku. He's been doing this porcaria, yeah, for the last couple of games. He's been hiding. Tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. This slim, fast Boris Johnson looking bitch. He can get out of the club as well. He can go as well, bro. I'm tired of it. Declan Rice as well. Bro, that guy wanted to be Adam 22's wife. The way he was getting split open by Kudders every single time, bro. Another, buddy, order of the Peaky Blinders, you feel that puta. Another porcaria performance from you. What was that today? Bro? Nah. I don't care, bro. He can hold it as well. Declan Rice was my porcaria as well, bro. Because he's got a little quiff and he looks like one of the boys, innit? He looks like fucking Conor McGregor, innit? Oh, he's one of the fucking boys. So we're not going to say anything. No, I will say it. Uma desgraça. That performance. But, we're fucking Declan, innit? He's one of the boys. Yeah, fucking proper 12, mate. Yeah, fucking one of the lads. Fucking on me head. Fucking on me head. Filho da puta. Yeah? What kind of performance was that today? Right, it's all right. Oh, yeah, he's a lad, isn't it? He's a fucking lad, yeah, fucking spam and chips. Filho da puta. I don't need this fucking spam and chips football from you. I need you to ball out. How about that, stupid da merda? How about that, marica da merda? Careculo. Tired of these guys, bro. Tired of these rubbish performances and these man think they can just keep getting away with it. I don't care about injuries. Make sure you do your job. Kudders was absolutely executing us. Executioner today. Cooking us every time. And West Ham could have won 3-0. Let's be real. But it's Declan, isn't it? So he gets away with it. He's a bit of a lad. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy. Yeah, fucking cheeky chappy. Oh, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, he's a lad. He fucking gets stuck in. He puts a leg in. Oh, so we're not going to say anything. It's fucking one of us, innit? He's fucking one of the boys. Filhos da puta. There ain't no one of the boys around here in essa merda. There ain't no one of the boys aqui, filhos da puta. Aqui é para jogar como deve ser. Aqui is to fucking perform. Tired of these filhos da puta. Já tô cansado dessa merda. E a colher de pau has to be out again. Because these man já estão saindo fora da casca. Filhos da puta. Gabriel as well, bro. This guy, bro. This veneers-looking Irv Gotti, bro. We could have dug up Irv Gotti's tombstone. We could have used Irv Gotti's tombstone in defense, and there would be more movement, yeah, and actually kicking the ball away from Kudus's cross for flipping Bowen to score. We might as well fucking dug up Irv Gotti, bro. What are you doing ball watching? Gabriel, another Buccaneer performance from you as well. What was that? Ball watching. Fucking dig up Irv Gotti then. At least you got the real Irv Gotti. At least he did his job. What was that? This guy's just there smiling with his 26,000 veneers, bro. I'm done with this, bro. Man's teeth looking like igloos. No, perform, filho da puta. Where were you ball watching? Man's got 26 igloos across his teeth. Man's teeth looking like Tipex. What are you doing, man? Focus on the game. Ball watching. Didn't even know Bowen was there. Man like Bowen, you know. Man like Bowen. Bowen looks like fucking Ian Bill. You can't defend Ian Bill. Estúpido da merda. Não quer saber nenhuma merda, pá. Uma desgraça from you as well. Não quer saber. Não vem aqui com nenhuma desculpas, nenhuma conversas. Não quer saber de nada dessa porcaria, pá. I'm not fucking David Raya. Tu também sou estúpido. Tu também não vai escapar. Yeah? David Raya. You fucking Costa del Sol. Fanta Limon, yeah? Tappers, fucking tappers, looking Ricky Martin, filho da puta. What the fuck were you doing today? This filho da puta, I've been telling man about this filho da puta. What happened to that Ricky Martin? Fanta Limon and an HP nuts, roasted HP nuts, looking Ricky Martin, filho da puta. What did you do today? This guy, you're the reason why Skelly got the red card. You're the reason. Coming out of your box. What are you doing? What were you doing? But it's okay, guys. It's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? It's okay, guys, because we're going to Ibiza, guys. We're going to Ibiza. So it doesn't matter. We went to Dubai. Dubai was going to cure the whole team. Dubai was going to cure everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Dubai was going to be the answer to all our problems. You know what I mean? Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Bro, I need a drink, bro. Where's my drink, bro? Absolute joke, bro. I swear down. I'm tired of this club, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired of the way this club is moving. I'm tired of decisions from the manager. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? That flipping David Raya, I told you, man, looks like Miss Piggy, bro. I told you about this guy, bro. This guy is an issue. If it's not his kicking out from the back, is him coming out of his box for no apparent reason, putting Skelly under pressure for what? For what reason, stúpido da merda? Why are you coming out your box for? Lewis Skelly, that back pass to Lewis Skelly put him under pressure. Then you're out of position, puts him more under pressure. That's why you're already setting him up to lose the ball. Once he loses the ball, he has to take one for the team, gets a red card, which it was a red card. But these men are delusional, bro. These men are delusional. But it's okay because we got David Raya. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll just brush it under the carpet. At the end, we had a corner. The way he was running back. What the fuck was that, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Man was running back like he's Michael Jackson. Speed demon. Ain't no bigger. Bit of a butt and get your ticket right. Oh, filho da puta. Running back. Run. Do you know what I'm saying? Forrest Gump, you're on my mind. Filho da puta. Run back, stupid da merda. Absolute joker, man. We look like clowns. The goalkeeper running back. What was that, bro? What was that? Oh, my days, man. Oh, my days. And Mikel Moreno as well today. Yeah? It was a little bit better than Havertz. But what did I say? This guy's not going to be the answer, bro. Man looking like French Montana. You know what I'm saying? What was he doing today? Did he score any goals? Did he get on the score sheet? Did he do anything for us? But it's okay, because remember, Arteta said we're going to Ibiza, guys. So don't worry. We went to Dubai, guys. Yeah, it's gonna fix the squad. It's gonna give us all the answers. The team is gonna come back rejuvenated. Rejuvenated. This is a rejuvenation that we got from Dubai. Yeah, but don't worry, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Hey, we're going to Ibiza, guys. We're going to Ibiza. We're going to Ibiza. Ibiza. Hey, back to the island. Hey, have a party. Come on, guys. We're going to Dubai, guys. Rainy and sea. Come on, guys. That's the process, guys. Come on, guys. Don't worry. Just trust the process. Come on, guys. We're going to Ibiza, guys. You stupid merda. This manager is a fucking clown, bruv. Absolute clown. Look at that. Did I not tell you the bench ain't fixed? Oh, who we bringing off the bench? Oh, Zinchenko. Oh, why? Oh, why is that? Because we don't have the attackers we should have bought. We don't have the midfielders we should have bought. We don't have the striker we should have bought. Or the right winger we should have bought. And look at this Bucaria, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this. We're looking at Sterling to save the day. Sterling, we're at the point where we're looking at Sterling. Bro, we ain't getting... I'm telling you this right now. Arsenal are not going to beat PSV. We ain't beating PSV. Forget it. We ain't beating PSV. We ain't doing it. We're going to bottle the Champions League. We've already bottled the league. It is done. Acabou. Festa acabou. Story acabou. Tudo acabou. We ain't winning nothing, bro. The fact that we're looking at Zinchenko to save us, a player that's been iced out the team, a player that isn't used as a number 10, which is what he is. He's used as a fullback. That's what we're looking to save the day. Sterling, that has done absolutely nothing since he's been on loan. We're now relying on him. This is our bench. This is the players coming off the bench to save us. Lewis Skelly has to be the player to save us. A young kid, a 17-year-old to save us, just like Ethan. Bro, it's a joke. We're looking at Ben White to save us. But it doesn't matter, bro. You know what I mean? We're going to Ibiza, guys. Get this filo da puta to go and manage Ibiza FC. Eu já tô cansado dessa merda. The performance today was uma merda. The man management is uma merda. The squad building is uma merda. Everything at this club is an absolute joke. That's the reality, bro. We are a disgrace and we're a joke. We are a joke. We are not prepared for the worst case scenarios, i.e. injuries, or giving ourselves different options off the bench. It is a joke. A man actually thought that you could live off of what? Moreno scoring a brace against Leicester. Agora olha para essa porcaria. Olha para essa merda. Season is done. It's been done, and now it's officially done. It's completely done. It's done. And it's all this club's fault, the majority of this fan base, the ownership, all of you collectively I've allowed this club to get to this point. And as much as you man would be laughing at Liverpool, oh, Liverpool drew. This is why I wasn't laughing, filhos da puta. Because I knew that we weren't going to do our job. Yeah? We didn't do our job. We don't capitalize. When Liverpool drop points, what do? We bottle it as well. Absolute joke, man. Absolute joke. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolute joke. Even at the start of this game, Odegaard back healing it to absolutely nobody, bro. That guy was uma pucaria, uma desgraça. An absolute desgraça. Partey as well, cross into the box and Moreno hitting it wide. I didn't expect Moreno to bury it in the first place. He's not a striker. So I'm not even going to cook Moreno. It's not his fault that he has to play striker. It's Arteta's fault that he's playing striker. So I'm not even going to cook Moreno. Yeah, I'm saying Souček with a header that went wide. Let's be real. West Ham could have won this game a lot more than 1-0. They could have won this game comfortably 3-0. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Calafiori with a through ball into Moreno, and the shot goes over the bar. And that's the thing. I've said this when we got Calafiori. I said, this guy going forward, he's actually half decent going forward. The problem is, he's a defender. And his main job is to defend. And in terms of defending, the guy leaves so much to be desired. It is a joke. But the through ball from Calafiori into Moreno, that was decent. Moreno doesn't finish it. He's not a striker. It is what it is. Calafiori had a shot that gets saved. Wan-Bissaka with a pass to Bowen, the shot goes wide. That was another opportunity. That's opportunity 2 that West Ham could have scored from and didn't. Odegaard, edge of the box, and absolutely skying it. Odegaard, for the mother of Deus, I want this filho da puta out the club. Stop shooting outside the box, bro. You are not Lampard. You are not KDB. You are not that guy. Stop pretending that you're that guy, bro. I am tired of this guy doing this shit. You're not the guy, bro. Stop fucking shooting. Pass the ball. Create something for fuck's sake. What are you doing, bro? Every time he gets to the edge of the box, spamming his shot wide, spamming his shot wide. What are you doing, bro? That armband really making you think like you're that guy. You're not even that guy. You're not even, bro. You're not even Bruno Fernandes, bro. At least this guy gets GA. You're not that guy. Stop spamming shots. Fucking waste, man. Calafiori to Rice in the box. And Rice is unable to even square it to Moreno. That would have been a tap-in. Absolute disgrace. Meu Deus. Uma desgraça, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, Calafiori put Declan Rice in a good position in the box. Just square it. Taking too many touches. Delaying the pass. Until the defender just cuts out the angle. What are you doing, bro? My days, man. Calafiori gets cooked. Cross to Bowen. Heads it in. Declan Rice ball watching and Gabriel ball watching as well, and Gabriel ball watching as well. It was just a joke for that goal, man. We had two defenders ball watching, bro. Gabriel and Declan Rice both ball watching. They didn't even see where Bowen was. Absolute disgrace, man. And that makes it 1-0. Second half, just a load of nonsense in the second half. Calafiori losing the ball, Odegaard losing the ball aimlessly, crossing the box. Calafiori stops tracking Bowen, and Bowen just about doesn't get a foot to it. And this is what I'm saying about Calafiori. You can see that Bowen's making a run. Why are you stopping halfway through the run to stop him tapping it in? We are so lucky the cross just about is out of reach for Bowen, for him not to tap it in to make it 2-0. But we're not even lucky. We lost anyway, so we're not lucky. But this is what I'm saying about Calafiori, bro. Man sees the run, he's the one marking the guy, and then just ducks out of the challenge and just stops running halfway through and just lets him run into the box for a tap in and goal. And this is the guy that you lot are behind. My days, bro. My days. Absolute joke, man. Ethan crossing the box. Trossard can't even reach it. I just feel sorry for Ethan, bro. We're just leaving him out there to die. Man. Leaving him out there to die. Kudus cooks Skelly, takes it, and then Skelly takes him out. And listen, like I said, that red card from Skelly, that was all made from the goalkeeper and the horrendous back pass back to Lewis Skelly in the first place. That's what put him in that situation. It was a red. I'm not going to debate it. It was a red, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Sterling with a free kick. Oh my days. This guy, bro. Man like Sterling, you know. Man like little Kim. Why is this Phil Puta taking a free kick? Since when is this guy a free kick specialist? Takes a free kick, hits it against the wall, and then Gabriel just smashes it over the bar. Fuck it, bro. This club is done, bro. The banter era is back. I've been telling these Phillies that Puta, the banter era is back. We are not winning anything. We're not going to get over the line. We're not going to do anything. And we've got little Kim on the sideline, little that fucking Sterling, that we're probably going to make permanent or whatever, man. We are just not serious. We are not serious. Trossard with a shot over the bar. Bro, that guy, bro. I don't even know what that... Bro, that guy... Just whatever, man. Whatever. Ben White with a shot wide. And that is what it is. Last ditch tackle. The last thing we tried to do to win the game is Ben White. Is Ben White to win us the game with a shot that just went past the bar a little bit too wide. And it's game over. 1-0 to West Ham. They were the better team. They defended better. They attacked better. They transitioned better. They were the better team. There's no argument. There's no argument here. They were by far the better team. And at the end of the day, don't talk to me about fouls and I don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, we're in this situation because the bench ain't fixed. Because if the bench was fixed, you'd be much more confident saying, oh, well, you know, we could have used this player off the bench or that player on the bench. We're using the bench. We're utilizing the bench. And now you're seeing exactly why I never wanted these players that were on the bench. Because you can't rely on them. They're not good enough. And it's too much of a quality drop from the main team to the bench. And even our main team wasn't ready to win a major honor. So what are we doing now? What are we doing now? Absolute joke, man. Absolute joke. I'm beyond it with this club, man. I'm done. I'm just done with it. I'm done. Arteta look there, looking lost. It looked like, bro, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. That guy is an absolute fraud. This guy has shown exactly how you bottle 800 million pounds and 5 years. People say managers don't get time, managers don't get backed. Everything that people say that managers should be getting, this manager's had. And look at what he's done with this squad. Look at what he's done with this team. Don't talk to me about injuries. You're supposed to manage your injuries. And we've seen Liverpool have to manage their injuries. We've seen Chelsea have to manage injuries. Loads of clubs have to manage injuries. I don't care about that. Everyone has to manage injuries. It is what it is. It's part of the game. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. Absolute joke, man. Absolute joke. And this club actually tried to sell us that, oh, don't worry, don't panic, because we're going to Dubai. We're going to Dubai. Dubai was supposed to be the answer to get this team back on track to win a major honor. Don't worry, guys. Guys, we need the pieces. We need the team to come together collectively, guys, because we're going to together collectively get the answer, guys. We're going to squeeze lemon together, and we're going to do warm weather training, guys. Warm weather. We're going to make sure we are together as a team. We're going to Dubai, guys. Let's go, guys. To Dubai, guys. Come on, guys. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. Oh. Rainy and sea. Whoa. Back to the island. Whoa. Filhos da puta. Back to Dubai, guys. Back to Dubai. Whoa. We're going to Dubai, guys. Whoa. Back to the island. Filho da puta. Yeah? What's it done for our season, bro? What's it done for our season? Fucking wastemans, bro. I swear down. Absolute wastemans, bro. Don't worry. Just get behind the team, guys. Get behind. Our no side is just negative. You know what I'm saying? Just negative. Just absolutely negative. Hold on. Where is it? Right. The link is out. The link is now out. I'm done with this performance, bro. I'm done with this team. I'm done with this club. I'm done with the performance. I'm done with everything, bro. The link is now pinned in the chat. I'm just sick and tired of this performance, bro. Absolute joke. What are you telling me, Devon?
Hey, yo, man. I just got to laugh at this point.
No. I always do this.
Because this is super hilarious. We've been saying this for years. If it's not me, because I just started my YouTube, it's you. If it's not you, it's Lee. If it's not Lee, it's Troops. If it's not Troops, it's Curtis Shaw. For years, this has been said. And you know what? We continue to be proven right. And it's not like we want to be proven wrong. Let's be honest. We want to be proven wrong. We want Arsenal to succeed. Doesn't matter who the manager is. We want Arsenal to succeed. But yet, y'all back in this mediocrity for years now. And at this point, it's becoming hilarious to me. It's becoming so hilarious to me, man. I just got to laugh at this point. I don't even cry. I'm not even mad. It's hilarious. It's just hilarious. And you know what I just discovered, right? I was doing my match reaction. The fan base are, why they like Arteta so much? He's a reflection of the fan base. Super narcissistic, super stubborn. They think they know better. It's everybody else's fault, but yourself. And you know, the Emirates, no vampire wants to come to the Emirates. You know why? So many crosses. You got Garlic, who was at the club. And say like a vampire would be scared of coming to the Emirates. You got Garlic, you got his crosses, like, bro. But let's talk a little bit about the game, right? That's it. That's it. That's what I got to say about the game. I don't have much to say about the game. Marino, I warned y'all last week about Marino. One game, you can do that striker gimmick with Marino. But you can't continue this for long. By the way, shout out to all my people like Nestor, Carl, Rashid, everybody coming up. Shout out to y'all, man. Big up. But I told y'all, one game you can do it. Don't think that you're a genius and then you can overdo it and start Marino for the rest of the season as a striker. It's not going to work. He is a midfielder at the end of the day. I'm sick of this versatile gimmick. It's like, who are we going to put as a winger next? Raya? Are we going to put Gunnosaurus as striker now? Like, stop doing this versatile gimmick. Put players where they can play, where they're good at. He's not a striker. As a matter of fact, I would rather have Trossard as a false nine because Trossard played false nine at Brian. I know he can do that, but don't put players somewhere they don't know how to play. They can do a one job for a game. That's it. Don't overdo it. Like, this is what I mean. Nowadays, people think football is like a science project. It's not a science project. Football is so simple, but you got all these hipsters making it more than it is. It's not. Football should be so simple. It's so simple, people. It's so simple, but we're overdoing it. The data, the analytics, all the side bullshit, all the bullshit that should be on the side. It's not football. My lord, bro, this performance today, I didn't even pay much attention because there wasn't much to discuss. Even the Lewis Skelly red card, it was a red card. The one against Wolves was sketchy, but this one was a simple red card. I'm sorry, Lewis Skelly, but I blame that on Arteta. You know why? Because you put that guy in when we're trailing. Not when you're not starting the game with him, even though he's our best left back. Whether you like him or not, whether you think he's young or like, he is our best left back. He does a better. He does the best job. He does a better job than Sinchenko, than Calafiori, anybody who play left back. But instead, you're starting with the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Calafiori. You're starting with him. You're starting with him. He made Wan-Bissaka look like one of the best right backs in the game today. What was that, Calafiori? What was that? What was that? You tell me, what was that? This guy, man, Calafiori, man. Wan-Bissaka came by that goal, right? Wan-Bissaka come in, and this guy was doing it. He's doing step overs like he's Rubinho. He was looking at Rubinho, and then oh my lord, man, that Gabriel and Declan Rice ducking that cross like it was a grenade. They were ducking that cross. Bowen scoring that goal. And shout out to West Ham, by the way. I like West Ham. They could have scored more if Kudus was more clinical. If Bowen was more clinical, they could have scored more. West Ham, and by the way, Macy, if you're coming on, shout out to Macy because he called this out. Because Potter has beaten us before. He has beaten us before. A lot of people forget that Potter with Brian beating us before. He knows how to play us. He's not stupid as y'all think he is. Because he fell at Chelsea. Potter is a good manager. He's not one of the best, but he knows his shit. And this is what it comes to. This is what it's become to with Arsenal. And you know what I'll say? Long may continue as long as y'all want to back this goofy stuff that y'all been backing for years. Long may continue, man. Long may it continue because this is not why we, the panel, and the people in the chat have started supporting Arsenal for. We supported Arsenal because they were winning, one, and two, they were playing incredible football, man. Even the teams under George Graham, they'll play better they even play better. I wasn't born under that, I wasn't born, but I watched those games back. They play so much better than this team. But that's the history that y'all want to downplay. The only team that gets highlighted so much is the Invincibles. But let me tell you something, people. What the Invincibles be talked about if they didn't win it? History remembers winners. History don't remember people that came second. History don't remember people that score so much goals, but they don't have a title or whatever to accommodate that for. History remembers the winners. The losers only gets talked about by us as a group, right? Because we're close to our hearts. But history will remember the winners. Because if Arsenal didn't win it back then, even though they were undefeated, they won't get talked about. History remembers the winners. At the end of the day, that's football. Simple as that. Football's winning. It's not some science project. It's not a Rubik's Cube, you know. And by the way, let me end it with this. Odegaard, today is the day that you're gonna strip. He needs to be stripped of his captaincy, bro. That's not. He's not a captain. A real captain should be able to lead this team to victory or make sure that we not lose. What was that? This guy is not a captain, bro. This guy is worried about everything else except football. This guy waving his arms. You know what he should be? He should be the wacky inflatable tube man. Put him somewhere not on the field. Not on the field. I don't want to see him on the pitch ever again because he's not a footballer. He's not serious about the game. There's a reason why people call him a failed wonder kid because he's not serious about the game of football. Football's a joke to him. I don't like players like him because football is not serious to him. That's why he's lazy. That's why he failed in Madrid, and it's been like that for when he was 16. Because instead of like going to a club, right, that can work on his fundamentals, this guy thought he could go to Madrid and do something. That's how stupid it is. And I'm gonna end it at that.
No, I hear that. Listen, we're gonna do something different now, where every time you guys jump in and have your say, I'm gonna be making them into little videos. So we're gonna let everyone have their say as normal, and then I'm gonna be putting them out as little videos as well. But big up Devante, man. Let's go to Rashid next, bro. What'd you make of this game, bro? What's your thoughts on this game?
Yo, big up the whole panel, man. I want to start with when the pressure matters, we always fold. I never believed in this team, but a lot of people did. You see Liverpool, they dropped points. It was the perfect opportunity to capitalize on the opportunity. We've done it. This has been happening over and over again. We never take the opportunity. We never seize the opportunity when it's right in front of us to take. Why not start Skelly? Why start Calafiore? For what? He's not better than him defensively. That we thought he's not. He's not better than him defensively. So there's no reason why you should start Calafiore, because people are forgetting Calafiore is part of that problem as well. He let Wan-Bissaka actually attack. He made Wan-Bissaka look good, bro. He let him cross the ball comfortably to Bowen. Yes, it was Rice that was supposed to follow Bowen. In my opinion, it wasn't Gabriel, but in my opinion, it was more Rice. You know, yes, Gabriel ducked. I don't know why, but it was more Rice, because you can see in the video, Rice was looking and he saw him once, twice, third, and then as soon as he went behind his back, what did Rice think? Where would Bowen be gone? Where would he go? And he knew that they caught us on the counter or they caught us on the break. So our defense are not fully in their place. So yeah, did we see this coming? Yes. I thought that Moreno he was the best option for a number 9, because I don't believe this manager again can't play with a false 9. We failed to break down teams over and over again. Big up, what's his name? Graham Potter, bro. He knew how to set up against us, man. He really did. 5 at the back. You can cross the ball as much as you like. Cross the ball as much as you like. We've got 3 defenders always in the box, and we've got 2 to help them down the flanks. Cross the ball as much as you like. That's basically it. Everything was sideways. I even wanted to ask, you know, when sometimes we lose a game, there's always a player that played well, right? Who played well today? Who played well today? Nobody. Nobody played well today. No one. Not even Raya. No one. You know, Raya needed cost man anyway. Let's be honest. Lewis Skelly, I want to touch on this Lewis Skelly thing, yeah? You know, Lewis Skelly's been doing this. He's been trying to dribble as the last defender. Sometimes he's the last defender and he dribbles. I just wanted to say, when it happens, you will get high praise, but when it doesn't, it'll cost, man. It'll cost, man. Like today, it was unnecessary for Lewis Skelly to dribble in that position, or try to dribble in that position, because we were looking for the equalizer, and it was just not the moment to dribble. But everything, and I heard that he's getting racially abused, which is disgusting, by the way, disgusting behavior. But yeah,
disgraceful.
Disgraceful. But yeah, it was just, in my opinion, I just don't think you should be dribbling in that position. But yeah, stay humble, basically. Yeah, you should stay more humble to Lewis Skelly. To be honest, yeah, I rate Lewis Skelly. I think he's our best left back. But still, I just think you shouldn't be dribbling in that position. But yeah, lastly, what can we say that we haven't already said? You know, we've still the same problems. It's Leicester all over again. Okay, it's just that Leicester are weak, or going forward, they're more weaker than West Ham. West Ham were better going forward. That's all it is. West Ham beat us with only 3 players, guys. Kudus, Bowen, and Wan-Bissaka.
Mm.
3 players against the whole defense. 3. Because the others didn't do. The others just defended. They only attacked with 3
had a chance
players.
to score. Suchek had a chance to score, but other than that, yeah, you're right.
Suchek was kind of playing that box-to-box thing where, like, we used to play with Rice, where he comes and heads the ball, right? Like, yeah, but, you know, overall, yes, Suchek was in the game as well. Well, Suchek, yeah. But overall, it was 3. It was 3 players. And they managed to find a way to beat us. There is a way to beat Arsenal, you know? And if you line up against us a certain type of way, you will beat us. All you need is a bit of how do you call it? A bit of talent up front, you know, or you need a little bit of more up front. That's all you need. But overall, did we see this coming? Yes, we did. It's getting boring. I want to just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to do what Real Madrid did. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hand keep that out, bro. I just want to give up. That's it. It's done. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm done. I've been done, but this tells you what kind of mentality is installed in these players. Because if you really wanted to win the title, that's when you win. You don't win when we're now Liverpool probably, let's say Liverpool go on and beat them and then win their next game and then we lose and then they're like 9 points ahead of us. Then Arsenal start winning. That's not when we want you to win. And like Devante said, bro, he said that Invincibles wouldn't be such a big thing if they didn't win the league. People only remember winners, point blank. And big up to Maisie because he said it on our show as well yesterday. He said this. He said this will happen. And yeah, Graham Potter found a way. What can we say more than Arteta out? Everybody out, bro. Everybody out, in fact. But yeah,
I hear that. We're gonna go to Waze. Is that how you pronounce your name? Waze? Is that am I pronouncing it right?
I think it's Wise.
Is it Wise? Wise, yeah.
Wise.
Wise. We're gonna let you go, bro. What'd you make of the game, bro?
Yeah, what's good outside? So I kind of topped out mentally with this season weeks ago. Like for me personally, it makes no different complaint when we already know what already I got. What I'm now looking at is what can we do at the end of the season? Like what needs to change? And it's quite obvious. The manager needs to go. That needs to be the first thing. We can talk about getting rid of the crankies, but until this fan base has an entirely decide to assemble themselves properly and organize themselves properly, we ain't getting rid of the crankies because it's gonna need a lot of sacrifices. You know, people willing to give up their season ticket just to fix this club. Another problem when we see at this club, captain Martin Odegaard. This guy do not take responsibility at all. I'm watching the game. I'm looking at this guy. I'm thinking to myself, why you giving the ball to Nwaneri? You can't create. You're supposed to be the creative spark, as Igal would say. He's the creative spark we were missing when he got injured, right? So I'm like, why are you not trying to create? But then again, every time I see him try to play a pass, he just gives it straight to a West Ham shirt. I'm like, oh no, wait a minute, this guy is absolute shit. And then it just topped things off when I saw the free kick at the edge of the box, and he gave it to Sterling. I'm like, when are you gonna fucking take responsibility in this team? You're supposed to be the captain. The only thing I saw him do today was wave his arm a bit, trying to get the crowd riled up. That's all he did. Literally, that's all he did all game. On the game itself, honestly, it's as if Arteta put Mikel Merino in the team and told them to play the same way how we've been playing all season, which would never work. It wasn't working well enough with Havertz up front and Saka fit and Martinelli fit. So how are you gonna just put the same formation, the same lineup with Mikel Merino up front, expecting that it's gonna be different, especially with the way West Ham set up, a back five? It's just nothing makes sense these days. And I'm genuinely trying to mentally tap out of watching this team because for the past couple of weeks, I've been realizing every time I watch Arsenal play football, I get a migraine. Like seriously, I get a migraine watching them because I keep asking myself, what the fuck am I watching? Like seriously, what the fuck am I watching? For actually, Northside actually blame Lewis Kelly for the red card more because he did receive the ball and had time to pass it back to the goalkeeper. But what he tried to do is the same thing he does all the time when he's in that position. He tries to turn the opponent and dribble out. That's what he tried to do. And what's his name? The guy for West Ham. He actually Kudos. Exactly what it was. Kudos read what was going to happen and just played him for a fool. So the second I saw the foul, I was like, nah, that ain't a yellow card. VAR is gonna turn this around. That's a red card. That's a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity. There was no red shirt nearby. And with the goalkeeper being off his line, that's even worse. So I knew that was a red card. I knew the second we went 1-0 down, we more than likely wasn't going to win anything unless something changed. He put on, I tell you what, he did put on Zinchenko in midfield. And I was like, that's something different. That's something different for once.
But why does he only do these things, when he has no other option? This is why I look at him suspect, because it's like you play Ethan when you have no option. You play Skelly, you start with Skelly once your main defender, Calafiori, is injured. You know what I mean? In prior games. Then you want to use Moreno as a striker because your strikers are now injured and you have no other option but to try something new. Now you're trying to play Zinchenko because all your main midfielders are now, they're all injured or they're underperforming. So it's like, I got to do something new based on injuries. You never did any of these things when everybody's available. You never experimented with different things that you could do when players are available. That's why I can't look at him and say, yo, I tell you, you know what? He's actually, you're doing it out of necessity, not out of foresight.
No, but that's the jig's up. The jig's up because he created this problem. And now we're looking at him saying, all right, Arteta, let's see your actual managerial credentials. Let's see you manage out of this situation. And what do you do? He does the same thing he's been doing the whole time, just different faces. It's literally just different faces, doing the same thing, expecting different result. Einstein definition of insanity. That's exactly what it is. And, I'm seeing Igal going on this Arteta defense tour, going on every platform he possibly can to say, oh, I feel sorry for Arteta. Oh, it's not the manager's fault. It's the board. And I'm saying to myself, but when we make signings, all I hear is Arteta getting praise. When we sign players that works out, all I hear is Arteta. You're telling me Arteta has nothing to do with the summer and the January that just left? Listen, we all heard he wanted Nico Williams or nobody else. We all heard he wanted Sesko or nobody else. So the fact that we didn't sign anybody for those positions proper and only signed Sterling on the last day tells you everything you need to know. The fact that January happened the way it happened tells you everything you need to know. And another thing I'm looking at, right? He made 3 signings. And we all know all 3 of those signings was on Arteta terms. Mikel Moreno, Calafiori, the goalkeeper. And you know what? I'll throw in Sterling in there. Not a single one of them is useful. Today, I actually have to write off Calafiori because he's a defender that doesn't even want to defend. Facts. He can attack, but we should at least give him credit for his defensive display because that's what we all saw at the Euros to an extent. That's what he was getting praised for, his defensive capability. But he doesn't want to defend. So many opportunities today, like the first Bowen chance that he missed. He watched Bowen run past him. And he just walks backwards. He just jogs towards the box, watching Jared Bowen run off Gabriel and then peel off backwards and could have easily tapped it in. And then the first goal, I'm watching it. I'm like, all right, when are you going to go after him? When are you going to go after him? When are you going to go after him? And he allows the cross to come in. And saying he's a center back playing left back is no excuse because if that was Gabriel or Saliba, that cross wouldn't have come in. And the fault is not just on him because Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and who was the other defender in there? I think it was probably
what, for the goal?
I think it was probably, for the goal. It was three.
The goal was Gabriel as well. Gabriel,
Partey, and Declan Rice. They all saw Bowen, and none of them took responsibility. None of them took responsibility and said, you know what, I'm gonna be the one to track Bowen. None of them.
Nope.
It's mad, man. And it's what we've become used to under this manager in these one-off games. When we need a win, we find a way to bottle it. But it is what it is, because like I said, I'm trying to mentally tap out, not making these games bother me, because as far as I can see, only two things can really influence changes, right? It's either we lose top four and come out completely, lose Europe, and we know once we out of Europe, this fan base, maybe not the owner, but this fan base will start to change, because that's what that will be what exactly will galvanize them to actually do something. It's either that, or I don't know, because I was gonna say either we win the league or we drop out of the top four. Nothing else can satisfy me right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing else can satisfy me right now, because unless the rhetoric leads to Arteta leaving this football club, because I don't see us winning anything under him. He finds ways to bottle leagues. He finds ways to not win trophies.
Or misuse funds. When the funds were there to buy a striker. with the two players you brought in was not a necessity, because they're being outshined by players that are already here and players from the academy. And then with the money that you had to go in for Acuna, you add that money, that 40 M's to go in for Cunha, and the 60 M's we spent on Calafiori and Moreno, you've got Gyökeres's release clause right there. And you can take on the wages, because Calafiori is only Gyökeres is only on 50k a week. So we can take that on. And when we got the reports in terms of Arsenal, our financial year, we're in the green, even though our wage bill's gone up by £100 million from last year's report. We can still go in and spend comfortably £250 million. We can still go out and get players in. We already know big wages are coming off the wage bill, because Tierney's going, that's 100k. We've got Jorginho going, that's another 100k. We've got multiple players going. Tommy Partey as well, that's another 100 and so k coming off the wage bill. So we've got the flexibility to go out there and pay big money and take on big wages if we need to. So it's a lack of planning, lack of foresight, bro. There's no excuses here. You're absolutely spot on. We mismanage our money, and we've tried to strengthen areas that we've already. How can you spend so much money on defensive players and we still need a centre back? We still need a centre back. If anything happens to our centre backs, what happens? We look like a mess. When we played Timber there, we look like a mess. The thing is, we can sit here and say Gabriel's played poor, yeah? But at the same time, who have we got to make him accountable? I keep saying this with this club. Who have we got?
That's what we got.
We've got nobody. We can't make Odegaard accountable because Ethan's playing on the right because of injuries. Because you should have got a number 10 if you're not going to rely on Ethan as the backup number 10. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not making Saka accountable. Sterling's thinking it out. Even when we got injuries, Sterling doesn't get into the starting 11. That tells you everything about this player. How can an experienced player, Premier League winner, do you know what I'm saying, multiple Premier League winner, not be able to get into the squad when we have big injuries? That says everything of where he's at as a footballer. Jorginho, an ex-Champions League winner, is unable to get into the team. That tells you where he's at as a player. Do you know what I'm saying? Kivior, that's only been at the club for what, two years? He's unable to get into the lineup when one of our centre-backs drops a stinker. That tells you where he's at, what his level is as a player. When the informed players are not playing, he still doesn't get into the starting 11. Most of these players, regardless of how the main squad is playing, they don't get into the squad because they're not good enough. So it's absolute facts, bro. I want to ask Carl. I want to ask Carl. Carl, what do you make of this game, bro? What's your thoughts on this game, bro?
You don't see me in this version unless I'm at the end of my tether, and this is it. This is it. This is it. The be all and end all. This is the end, ladies and gentlemen. We finally reached for nadir. This club is finished. This club is officially finished. We are relying on Calafiori to defend. We are relying on a defensive midfielder converted to a striker to get us goals. May have worked all right against Leicester, but West Ham do have some quality players. But the manager, once again, we keep saying, week in, week out, is tactically inept to do the job. Give me a winning dinosaur in Allegri than a young novice who doesn't know his arse from his elbow. This game was a shambles. The first half was just boring, dull, and tedious. Nothing was happening. Calafiori, I've said this for time. He can't defend. Mean left foot on him going forward, but his defensive ability is about as good as mine. Fucking awful. And then the second half, West Ham, they stuck to their game plan. Graham Potter, I love it with the fact when rival fans they take the piss out of Graham Potter saying he's not a good manager. Bruv, he can tactically set up his team. That's something this manager cannot do. We've said this for time as well. The bench, our absolute disaster class of a bench, is designed to hold on to a lead, not designed to come back from a deficit. It proved that again. We put Lewis Skelly on for Calafiori. Fine, haven't got an issue with that. Putting Zinchenko in midfield because Rice turned into freaking couscous today. He was awful. But we've been saying this for like 2 or 3 years now. Put Zinchenko as a midfield because his short-range passing is actually pretty damn good. We've said that for time. And we've then brought Sterling on, which I knew that was the final nail in the coffin anyway. Getting rid of Aubameyang is still, for me, the worst decision we made because we haven't replaced him. This club is back to where it was in 2017. Sure, we might be challenging for the league, but we're not winning it. At least when we was back then in Wenger's final 5 years, at least he was winning the FA Cups. At least he was keeping his head afloat, head above the water. Even though half the fan base wanted him out and half the fan base wanted him kept in. Where's the same fucking energy for this manager then? Where is it? This cannot continue, Northside. The fan base, this part of the fan base, Standards FC, have officially had enough now. They've officially had enough. And it's time like this, well, now the ownership should be called into question as well. Are you just going to let this manager just continue to do this over and over and over again? Mate, it's okay saying that, okay, in the summer, because of our revenue, we can have an extra like 250 million to spend in the summer. Bruv, this manager has spent nearly 800 million on absolute dross. Out of the 30-odd players, probably 5, maybe 6 of them have been any good. It has to be called into question now. I think the worst decision this ownership has made is actually freaking giving him a new contract. They should have said to him, you better win us something this year or you can go on your own terms.
We said this when he got the contract. It's a perfect environment to make him either you win something or you're done. And we can just wipe our hands and say, cool, goodbye. You're out of your contract, good. Now we have to pay him. Now we have to pay him out of a contract. The thing is, people can look here at Arsenal. This guy's had so much money and time to build this team. You can't tell me he should start with Sterling because we've seen how poor Sterling's been. You can't tell me, oh, maybe we start Tierney. Tierney's injury prone. So why are we going to start Tierney? And Tierney's on the way out because we let his contract run out and freeze him out the team. So why would he fight for this manager? Ben White's coming back from an injury, so you're not going to start him. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke. Zinchenko, you're going to start him? Since when? He's been frozen out. Some of these players have been out of form. And now all of a sudden you've got to rely on them to save you. Football don't work like that. Players go off of momentum. Some of these players have been stopped. And I'm not saying all of them are good enough, but Tierney's had no momentum when he's been available. You don't give him time and minutes. Zinchenko, you didn't give him time and minutes. Not as a left back, as a number 10, which is the first thing you could have at least done and be justified when Odegaard got injured a couple of weeks ago. When Odegaard got injured, the first thing you should have said, okay, Zinchenko, you go number 10. Ethan, you can compete. Maybe you can compete with Saka, or I'll rotate you and Zinchenko between the two. in playing a number 10. You never did that. You iced them out the team. And now that you need a result, now you want to rely on him. When the guy's had hardly any games under his belt and been frozen out the team. How does that logically make sense? We talk about players and momentum. How is that giving the player momentum to kick on and perform? It's not a winning mentality, but that goes down to the way he's using Ethan. Ethan was performing and you was only giving him 10 minutes at the end of every game. Then you'd play 90 minutes in the cup, then you'd give him 10 minutes in the Premier League. And then you expect him to just come off the bench and 10 minutes change the game. What kind of man management is that, bro? What kind of man management is that? No one can tell me, oh, play Kivior. We've played Kivior before as a centre-back. It's gone horribly wrong. So we're not going to make any of the centre-backs accountable. Do you want to play Jorginho? Jorginho had one good game. I think it's the first game we had against West Ham this season. The first time we played West Ham this season, he had a good game. Other than that, he's not had a good game. So
why we had a good game was because we knocked the snot out of them in the first game. We knocked the snot out of them. That's why Jorginho could control the midfield better.
So there's not, bro, this is what I'm saying, yeah? There's so many players here that have underperformed and been mismanaged. There's no one off the bench that people can say, oh, but maybe if the manager did. No. It's been enough time with these players to know we know what they are. Not good enough. A lot of these players, we got the whole bench, they're a bunch of purple patch players. They'll have a couple of good games. You'll have Jorginho have the odd game, the odd handful of games. Or you'll have flipping Kivior at left back last season, have a couple of good games, then get caught against Bayern Munich. This is what they are. They're not players you can rely on. They're not players that will keep you to a certain level week in, week out. And that is why they're on the bench. So why didn't we move these players off the bench? Why didn't we get these players out of it and get players that can actually compete, can actually fight for a starting position? But no, we're just comfortable with these players thinking that the starting 11 is going to be fit enough. It's a joke. It's a joke. As much as people can pray, okay, he started Moreno as a striker. Cool. Why are we even in the position to play Moreno as a striker? Today, he had a couple of good things. I mean, he held up the ball a little bit, got players into the game a little bit. But ultimately, as a striker, you need to score goals, innit? And what did we say? After Leicester, he will not consistently score us goals. Even he wasn't convinced after he scored a brace. Even he said.
It didn't even work. It didn't even work at the short term, though, North side. Because if it was a short-term option, it would be like 3, 4, 5 games, and then against a bigger team, we'll hit the brick wall. It happened one game after Leicester. It's just simply not good enough. Not good enough, okay? I want to hear nothing, absolutely nothing, in regards to anyone feeling sorry for Arteta. He created this team. He set up this team. He bought the players with the money that he got given. He should have no sympathy for what he should be doing. As I said, and we've got, as you said, Partey's going out, and we've got a number of players going out as well. We can't even get rid of Tommy Yasu in the summer because he's out injured till fucking Christmas. And how much are we going to get for Zinchenko? 10, 15 million at most, maybe? We're not going to get anything. When, as a football club, this is the question to the panel, okay? When, as a football club, have we actually sold players for a lot more money, more than what they're worth their value?
We struggled to break even.
Because the two players we exclude is Iwobi, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. They're the only two we've actually really got certain money for. And even back then, that was like middle of the range type of money. I mean, Iwobi, okay, we fleeced Everton for, but Iwobi's actually even playing well.
Like, it wasn't big money. It was like a 30-odd million of, you know what I mean? It wasn't, you're right.
No, I don't know where we go now. PSV are probably watching this game and going, job done. We know how to beat these fuckers. We're screwed, mate. We are screwed.
No,
we're done. Let's say you get that 250 million. Is anyone not genuinely worried about him wasting that shit again?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Like, I don't want this manager to get another penny. None whatsoever. If he big up Northside for having me on and all that. Big up to the panel, big up to the chat, yeah. I don't want this scrubby little dwarf to have any more money to spend. If he gets that rest of the 250 million or whatever, that's £1 billion. £1 billion for what?
And they were laughing at Chelsea. And they were laughing
Exactly,
at us,
exactly. It makes no sense. No one can back this shit unless you're on Arteta's payroll, either directly or indirectly. I'm not having it no more. Like you all know what I think, guys. Like, this has been long overdue. Long overdue. Wodegaard. I mean, what more can I say that hasn't already been said about this guy? The guy ain't a captain. The guy's a loser. The guy can't unlock any kind of defense when there's pressure on. How is he world class? He shoots when he doesn't or shouldn't be shooting, and when he should pass, he shoots. Like what are we doing it? What are we doing it? Like, we're relying on Calafiore. Like, he played a good pass, and then Declan Quinoa, you know, instead of pulling it back, decides, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have a shot, even though it's a cute angle. Yeah, I think I can score against my old team. Bum that. It's brain dead football.
Ethan Trossard and Calafiore created more opportunities today than Odegaard. And he's our number 10. And that is his job.
There we go. Yeah, it's your job. And he ain't doing his job. It's as simple as that. We are relying on clutch moments when our only clutch player is out injured in Bukayo Saka. No sense. Same formation, same personnel, clutching at straws, trying to paper over cracks. It's an absolute mess. But I knew this was going to happen. And I said there's a very good chance. I said personally, don't be surprised if we finish 6th. But you all laughed at me. Well, I have to say, you're not laughing now, are you? Like, best believe that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, for me, it goes beyond a joke and a disgrace. You said it earlier, Northside. Banter era is back. To tell you the truth, it's always been around. You know, it's you know, underneath, you know, the surface, below the sea level. Now it's risen. You know, Phoenix from the ashes settings. Like, what is it going to take for the rest of this fan base to realise that this manager doesn't have a Scooby-Doo what to do? Like, the guy is clueless. Against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, he was looking at AirPod Albert and the set-piece coach for help. Not just a little bit of, you know, advice or what do you think? No. He was looking at them for help. Deer in the headlights. That is the definition of an amateur manager. And then Edu leaves because of Arteta's contract. That tells me everything I need to know that I already knew in the first place. So we're in the green financially, but yet if we finish 4th or 5th, because if you're 5th, it looks like, you know, on this side of the fence, we can technically get Champions League football. We know he's going to be here another season. So in the summer, we know he's going to get more money. Even with all the players that you mentioned, you know, the Jorginhos, the Kieran Tierney's, the Thomas Partey's, etc., on big wages. But this club are going to do the same shit because Arteta's there. He'll give another bum like 100k a week, pay like 30 mil, maybe plus add-ons like he did with his stunt double, Marino.
Well, Sesko was the next bum that he wanted to put on big wages. When you look at the game today, why is he taking off Ethan to bring on Sterling? Okay, cool. You want to bring Sterling, cool. But why not take Ethan out of the right wing role, put him in the 10, and then bring on Sterling? Because Odegaard should have came off. What did Odegaard contribute to this game to warrant him playing the whole 90 minutes ahead of someone like Ethan? If Ethan's not being effective on the right-hand side, maybe it's because he's not a right winger. So why don't you actually put Ethan in the 10 where you've seen performances from him and take off Odegaard that's bringing nothing to the team and is not creating anything and is the reason he's the one that gave the ball away for the goal for Bowen to score and tap in and make it 1-0. Why not actually put Ethan in the 10? And then if you want to take off Odegaard because he can't play as a winger, put on Sterling. But how is Ethan the one that's taken off, but the captain that isn't performing to captain levels, he stays on? How does that practically make any sense, bro? Because you're not getting
this
anything.
This manager is a coward.
So put
You're
Ethan
right,
there, bro. The main thing we needed from Ethan is the directness. Yeah, we were creating opportunities in this game. Calafiore was creating opportunities. He put Declan Rice through. Declan Rice, all he had to do was cross it, and then Moreno could have had a little tap in. He doesn't do it. Trossard had some good crosses that he whipped in. We had moments where we were actually creating some opportunities. But Odegaard wasn't part of any of that. So why doesn't he come off, bro? Why does he get to stay on the pitch?
Because this manager's a coward, bro. But obviously you know this. Like, this manager is a pussy. Like, this guy, yeah, Napoleon complex. When he needs to make a change, when he needs to do something to affect the game, put us in a better position, he doesn't do it. And I don't believe he doesn't know that he needs to do it. I believe it's by design, because it's incompetency. And at this point, maybe that new contract has gotten to the point where it's just like, oh, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm set for life. You know, forget high line for life, mate. I'm set for life, mate. That's Lego head in a nutshell. Because if I was him, 4-4-2, mate. You know, switch up the formation. What happened to them 71, 72 other formations that you had in your back pocket? Why couldn't we use a 4-4-2? Why couldn't we use a 4-2-3-1? You know, switch it up. Even with the injuries, even with, you know, the lack of personnel, we could have and should have won that game, even if we weren't at our best, because like you said, Northside, we created chances. But because you insist on playing the PR merchant, still making him captain, which is beggars belief, this is why we're still in the situation that we're in. And it's going to get worse, guys. But you know this. You know it's going to get much worse. And the only way this ends is if the fans, as a collective, like unanimously, just walk out that stadium like they did with Wenger. Because trust me, that was the only way to get Wenger out, and he had a lot of power. Yes, this manager has more power, I believe, but it will be the same process to get him out as it was with Wenger, because the owners ain't going to sack him. The board ain't going to sack him. He's making the money. So even if we finish 6th or 7th, because we're in the green, they're going to keep him. But the only way they have to pull that trigger is if we don't turn up, walk out, protest in numbers. But we know what this fan base is like.
No, bro,
cojones FC. No cojones FC.
Talk a good talk, yeah? There's a lot of people that talk a good talk. A lot of people want change, but they want to keep their comfortability. Change doesn't come from comfortability. You have to create unrest and uncomfortable conversations and uncomfortable environments to force change. Change ain't going to come from comfortability. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, big up to X Phil for the super chat. If Forest beat Newcastle, the gap between 2nd and 3rd is mad close. Forest away becomes a massive match. Forest fixtures seem favourable as well. Bro, it's not. Listen.
What phase is Nuno in?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. But big up for the super chat, my G. Big up for the super chat. AJ, what are you saying, man? You've been waiting there patiently. What are you saying about this, bro?
Ah, God. You know what? I was watching that game and I was thinking, if I've said everything that I've said about this manager for the last 4 years, if I've looked at everyone that's lied about what they've truly believed in, because no one that sat on Pep's bench for 2.5 years, not 3.5 years, no one that sat on Pep's bench for 3.5 years, who has no managerial experience on his own, can come into a club where, you know, there are still expectations of you, even when the team wasn't in good shape, and expect major honors. Because that's the problem with this club. They do live through Arteta, but that's the thing. They accept failure. They accept being losers. I look at the game today, like, I said this on Rashid's show, and I big up Arsenal Revolution TV. I was not confident going into the game. I stated that this was going to be a horrific watch, and it doesn't take a genius to see that putting the Paella Jude Bellingham up front was meaning we weren't going to threaten West Ham. What did you think was going to happen? Like, we had Calafiori at left back, the Milanese Mustafi. Seriously, how did we get tricked into signing him? That's like voluntarily signing over your bank accounts to a Nigerian prince. And as the further the game went on, it's like the less and less likely it was that we were going to score. Because let's put it right, West Ham deserved to win before the red card. The red card just cemented it. And literally, Trossard was the best player on the pitch for Arsenal, and he was a 5 out of 10. Do you know how bad that is if your best player on the pitch is a 5 out of 10? And that is scary. And honestly, I tapped out this season the second Arteta got a new contract. Because the fact that you rewarded failure twice. He should not have been allowed to see out his first contract in the first place when we bottled top 4 to a Tottenham team that everyone said was rubbed. But apparently, we can't hold anyone accountable. We can't impose standards or anything like that because it challenges them. Because when you make something part of your identity, they can't take criticism. That's what these Arsenal fans have done with Arteta. They've made this process and this journey a part of who they are. So it's why you can't criticize them. It's why you can't look at them and think, why did you sign Marquinhos? Why did you think Kivior was a good idea? Why did you think not bringing in competition for Saka was not going to be something that we'd end up regretting? You can't make stupid decisions without consequences. Because in this life, you have freedom of choice. That does not mean freedom from consequences. Because look at how we handled the January window. That's the prime example. Jesus blew his ACL against Man United. We were already light in attack anyway. Saka had a torn hamstring before we entered the window. We signed no one. Let's go back to the summer. We let Reece Nelson go out on loan to Fulham, and we brought in somebody worse than him. We let go of Smith Rowe without bringing in a replacement. It's no secret we wanted to get rid of Jesus. There was just no one that wanted to take him on. There was no secret that we were looking for attackers, but we didn't make the effort to bring anyone in. And when you look at the way that Arteta set up, out of the 700 plus million he spent, David Raya, Yuri Timber, Ben White, Partey, Gabriel, and Leandro Trossard have been the only guaranteed successes. Notice one attacker, and it's not even a flipping striker. The way he sets up has been that of a coward. He is somebody that will prefer to just avoid defeat rather than risking it for a win. He's the other extreme of someone like Ange Postecoglou or Enzo Maresca. You need to balance it because, as Carl correctly said, that bench was perfectly built for preserving a lead. We were behind. Why would you want to bring on more defenders? And even then, is there any coincidence that Zinchenko's best games are for Ukraine when he plays in midfield? At this point, do you know how bad it is that someone that he throws out is actually better than his captain? This is a guy that we have contracted for another 5 years, guys. Someone that we gave £240,000 a week to. And I dropped my match reaction earlier. I wasn't angry. I can't be angry at this. Because if you can't help yourself, what's the point in being angry at the situation that you're in? And at the end of the day, protesting can only really get you so far. Like you have to hit them where it hurts. You have to hit it in the pockets. And to an extent, they're PR, because at the end of the day, perception means everything. How you perceive something often matters more than the truth. Look at all of us. We have all said for years that Arteta is a terrorist. That's what we've all said, right? But no matter how honest we've been, no matter how many times we've told the truth, the perception of Arteta being a good manager won every single time, even when it wasn't true. You cannot cheat life. And that's what Arteta has shown at Arsenal. Because at the end of the day, if you've spent all that money, to a point where Moreno is now your starting striker at home to West Ham, a team that were playing 3 at the back. What did you think was going to happen? Our literal threat was a 17-year-old, someone that cannot drink. Come on. Are we in the same universe?
Arteta wants to do a Gino De Campo. Minimum effort, maximum satisfaction. And unfortunately, minimum effort is minimum results.
Dels, what are you saying?
FC.
What are you saying, Dels? I know you keep...
He looks more depressed than me.
It's moving a bit mad, Dels. What are you saying, bro? You good?
Yo, man. Bro,
Yo,
It's a mad thing, man. I'll be honest, bro. Like people always want to talk about the people gonna say the season. Wait, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's good? Yeah, people want to talk about the season over today. People say the season's over today. The season ended 31st of August in 2024. Neto and fucking Califari, bro. In what world would anyone think bringing those 4 players in when we needed someone prolific in their attack was going to take us to a title? I don't know. You feel me? From there, that's when I saw the delusion was starting for the season. You feel me? And then we see throughout the whole season that almost every single game we're just about escaping through it. You feel me? You have a little bit of luck on our side. Some games you wouldn't. You might get what's called a referee decision against us, and then we just can't crumble from there. But apparently the refs are against us, guys. There's corruption. We're fighting against terrorism with the referees and PGML, ML, all of them, man. You feel me? Like, bro, I'm tired, bro. I've been seeing this coming from the start of the season, bro. Stay on that side, bro. Stay on that side, bro. I don't want to hear it anymore, bro. You feel me? Because I've been trying to say this for the whole season that we do not have no one prolific in attack. If Saka gets injured, what are we going to do? Odegaard's going to get injured, what are we going to do? You feel me? We've seen the injury crisis now. Look at the squad that we have. The £750 million squad, by the way. Look what we are doing when we don't have Saka and, you feel me, guys like Havertz and Jesus out, bro. Look at the way the squad is. You feel me? But all of those things there. But he's the one that's brought the players in. You feel me? He's the one that's been overworking these players like Saka, like Havertz. You know what I mean? Like this guy in the press conference a few weeks ago was talking about, you have to know how the tendons work and we don't get enough rest between guys like Bolton. A few weeks ago, before Havertz injury, like a few months before that, you were talking about, I think Havertz can manage the workload. Now he's out for the rest of the season. Well, he clearly didn't know how much he can manage his workload. Then you feel me? Another sign of Arteta's incompetence. You feel me? And then we go to his man management. When was the last time Arsenal were behind in a game and Arteta coached his way out of it? Jeremy, can anyone tell me, please? Anyone on the panel, can anyone tell me? When was the last time Arteta's been able to coach his way out of a match? Because I can't think of that many occasions.
Not any other match where we needed to win, bro.
Just one game.
I can't think of one.
I guess
that
not.
we had to win.
Last time I remember him coaching something that wasn't an embarrassment was the Etihad, and even then, his hand was forced because Trossard got sent off.
Bro.
So that don't even count.
There you go, innit? there you go. This manager has shown us time and time again that you can't deliver.
And the thing that showed me everything I need to know about this manager as well was Bayern last season, because that was the biggest test of his career. That was the biggest test.
I'm just tired of repeating the same thing. That's how I feel. I just feel tired about it, bro. I just feel tired of saying the same thing, repeating the same thing.
Bayern last season taught me everything I need to know about the game. I knew. What's the difference of this season? You feel me? Because we had a so-called title charge in the 13-14 season, but we ended up crumbling it anyway. But the only thing that was good about that season, we ended our trophy jar at the end. You feel me? The FA Cup. We're not even doing that this season. You feel me? And back then, that's when guys will start to say,
yo, your internet's moving mad, Dels. I can't lie.
It's bugging a little bit today, man.
Jump back in, bro.
Bloody hell, my man's internet's moving like Julie Zhang.
Jump out and jump back in, bro. My bad.
No, but to add to his point, though, what he said about Arteta, man. To add to his point,
it's like, bro, man, you know what? The people that still want to back this manager always want to make it seem now, that like, yo, he needs to rebuild his team. He needs to rebuild his attack, and then we'll be good. You haven't even rebuilt, the midfield, bro. You haven't rebuilt that. We're gonna lose Partey. Who's gonna come in and do Partey's job? Because I don't believe Zubimendi's coming here. I don't believe that. You brought in Moreno. This guy is not good enough. Not good enough as a DM. Not good enough, and not good enough as a striker, as we already knew, which is not a shocker. Odegaard has no competition. When you look at our defense, who's the backup to Skelly? Yeah, you're talking. Yeah, people are trying to tell us about a rebuild. You have bought multiple left backs, and only Skelly, the one you didn't buy that came from the academy, is holding down that position. Calafiori's underwhelming. Zinchenko, you're looking to sell. Who's gonna be the backup? We're just gonna have Lewis Skelly and that's it. Because Lewis Skelly's now out, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's out now. Straight red, boom, you're gone. You're out for 3 games. You're done now. Do you know what I'm saying? So who's gonna play as a left wing, as a left back? Who's the backup to the centre backs? Okay, cool. Right back, cool. You can say you got Ben White and you got Timber. Fine, fair enough. But the defense is not built, bro. The defense is not built. The midfield is not built. And then we're still needing to build the attack. We need a left winger that's close to Saka or as good on the left-hand side. We need a proper striker. We need a right winger that can compete with Saka. Bro, what are we doing here? Nothing has been built. These men are making it seem, like, oh, go get a left winger, go get a striker, go get a right winger, and we're done. No, we're not. No, we're not. When you look at the bench and you look at the midfielders available, Jorginho not good enough and looks like he's going to leave. Moreno not good enough. We don't have a number 10. Well, we got Ethan, but he's not rotated with Odegaard. So he's going to play more as a right winger. We're assuming at this point. So how is the midfield built? How's the defense built? I don't get it, bro. This club loves to gaslight and make it seem like, oh, we're so close. No, we're not. We are not close. We are so far away from being champions. We are so far away from being champions, bro. It's an absolute joke. Majority of that bench is going to go. Are we going to go out there and actually get the players that we need to get? We don't do well in bidding war. Let's just be real. A lot of the targets that we need now, when you're in a position where you're in a title race, and you're trying to get over the line, you're now going for players that are world-class or borderline world-class. Well, then there's a lot of competition for those players. Are we going to get them over the line? Are we going to go out there and get... Do we think that we're the only team that's going to be looking at Gyökeres? Do we think we're the only team that's going to be looking at any top player that you're thinking of? You think we're the only one? Zubimendi, you think we're the only one? Apparently, Real Madrid wants Zubimendi. And fuck all of that.
I call that. I'm calling that.
3 players, bro. Because we still got 3 players that are running down to the last 2 years of their contract. Have we done enough to convince them to stay at this club?
Saliba's gone. I'll say it right now, I'll say North. No. Hold fire. Saliba's head's gone. Saliba's head's in another vision right now. I think after watching that game, watching Saliba play, he looks like he's checked out. He looks like, this club ain't gonna go anywhere anytime soon. Get me out of here. But if you get 100, 120 million for Saliba, take it.
Man, I want to ask. We won't even get that, mate.
It's not, bruv. It's not like I don't want to sell Saliba. Saliba, on his day, is one of the best defenders in the world.
But guys,
the problem is we do not want him to be in another Harry Kane situation where he's just there to be loyal. I've said this on Northside for time. The worst trait to have in sport is loyalty. What the fuck does loyalty give you? If you are winning trophies and winning titles, guess what? Then you have the loyalty because you're a trusted person to actually do yourself a job. And that goes back to a previous plan. Liverpool drew against Villa, right? And all I heard was Top Gooders saying, oh, the cracks are showing against Liverpool. Yeah, Hooks, I'm aiming at you, Sunshine. You are not warranted what you said in the week. You are not.
But that's the thing, Carl.
Well, Hooks went from saying that to getting hooked on Saturday.
but look, listen, you can't really talk to these Arteta-ins or these toxic positive fans until the end of the season. Because like we said, it's a roller coaster. We're going to win. The thing is, it's not going to stop today. That's what bothers me. It's not going to stop today. Today, we're upset. After a week or so, we might beat a few teams. Liverpool drop points. We'll think we'll come back. And then same thing again. Pressure hits again. We lose. Same thing. It's like a film I watched. It's called Triangle something. It keeps repeating. I don't know if you guys seen that film. It's a whole film based on a whole film repeating itself. Because let's be honest, it's not the players, it's not the system. It is this manager. Look, it has nothing. Even if you get him all the players, and I mean it, all the players, I'll put my neck on the line for this shit. Bro, 100, I'll put my whole wage. That this manager, will get all these players and it will still be the same. It is not the players, guys. It's not. Because when you look at the team, when you can look at the team, these are the players that he bought. Did I buy Moreno? Did I buy him? No, he bought him, right? You guys didn't want any of these players. And I'm talking about the other side. You guys didn't want any of these players. These players are Arteta's. Arteta bought these players. Nobody forced them on Arteta. Nobody did. So when a player does make what it does do well, people are like, oh, see Arteta's touch. But now when they don't, oh, it's not Arteta, it's the Cronkies. Oh, it's the board. You know, there's a system. You can't just buy players. But bro, he has the last say, and he said it, bro. It's not about the players. If you get a left wing, if you get a centre mid, if you get a striker, it does not matter. It's the same thing. It'll always be the Neely team. It'll always be Neely. That's why you need the manager that actually won before, so we can look at this game and be like, guys, don't panic, okay? We're going to try to catch Liverpool, yeah? Don't put pressure on the team, because let's be honest, every time pressure's on the team, this team plays differently. I swear to God, if Liverpool didn't slip up, we would have won the game. Somehow, we would have won the game.
I disagree. Because the thing is, for as incompetent as Arteta is, whose fucking idea was it to give him the job in the first place? Who looked at somebody, sat down next to Pep Guardiola, hugging him every 5 minutes, and thought, I know, let's give this idiot a 3.5 year contract when we were in the bottom half of the goddamn table? Should any of you be surprised that we are where we are?
He's the next step. We thought he's the next
step. Arteta is a symptom.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is with this manager? Yeah? Is a team is always a reflection of the manager, yeah. Especially when you're building a team, it's a reflection of you, yeah. And at the same time, it's a mixture of two things at this club, in my opinion. Players not being good enough, but the manager also going away from the player's strengths. When he was playing to the player's strengths, you started seeing better performance. Because he.
I gotta go.
Big up. This is the thing, yeah. This is the thing, yeah. When he built the team, let's be real. He built the team for when we were 8 points clear of in the league title. Yeah, we were 8 points clear, and then we bottled it. That is when you saw the best out of this team. Quick counter-attacking football, and we were always looking for another goal. That's how you built this team. That is the best attribute. Most of these players, when you look at Saka, his best attributes going forward. Odegaard, when you're on the break and he has space to see the front three and make that pass when he's not being pressed, when he's on the counter. Martinelli being direct. Jesus being direct, linking up play and quickly releasing it to the front three. This team has been built to transition. When you start stinking out the place and going away from that, you've not built a team for that. You've not built a team that accommodates for that. Then he goes away from that and then wants to adapt this kind of Simeone type of football, but then he has no focal point. He has no central focal point. Your focal point is Saka that can be nullified on the right hand side, with two players just being on him all the time and just muscling him off the ball. It doesn't make sense. We are trapped between what we used to do when we were 8 points clear, and now this whole kind of defensive football. But then you don't have specialists to play that football. When you're playing this defensive football, you need tacticians. You look at Barella at Inter. Plays well in tight spaces, releases the ball well at tight spaces. We used to have that from Partey. We don't have that on a consistent basis. Then you've got Declan Rice next to him. When we're getting pressed, he's not somebody that on the ball is good to play out from the back. He doesn't consistently play for a press, and he's not a player that's going to see the runs from the front three. Then you've got Odegaard, that is another player that's not press resistant. You can't. How are you gonna kick off a counter attack? You're relying on Partey. And then you're trying to get Rice to do a job that he can't do, even though you're allowing the opposition to press you to your box because you're giving up possession to hold your defensive shape. But you don't have a lot of players that can transition out of tight spaces. You've got Rice and Odegaard can't transition out of tight spaces. And then you're relying on Thomas Partey. That is a player that should be on his way out. Because he's 31, 32? He's on his way out. His best years are behind him. And you're relying solely on him. We have not built a press-resistant midfield that can transition. We had that with Xhaka. Xhaka was the type of player that was awful defensively. But going forward, he gave us options. Zinchenko was shown in the midfield, he's able to go forward. Technically on the ball, Zinchenko's comfortable. Zinchenko can spot a pass. Zinchenko can actually play a ball through to get the front three behind the defense and 1v1 with the goalkeeper. So we're stuck between two systems and we're not doing either. We're not going either way. We're not fully what we was when we were 8 points clear, and we're not built to be a Simeone team because we don't have vital players to play in that position. We don't have a our left side of our attack is nullified. Then we've got strikers that are not gunmen. You can't give them limited options and make them bang goals. They're not a Drogba. They're not Diego Costa. They're not players like that, bro. Do you get what I mean? So we're stuck between two systems, and this is why we're not seeing the best out of the team. You can't build a team to play a certain way. When did you see Klopp, whether you liked it or not, he stuck to his philosophy. He built a team and he maximized that system. Yes, he won 1 Prem and 1 Champions League, but he stuck to his philosophy. We have not got over the line with a philosophy, and then you're changing the whole thing and you're expecting players to just adapt to you playing them outside of their strengths, i.e. Partey as a right back, not to his strength. Zinchenko as a left back, not to his strength. Moreno as a striker, not to his strength. Havertz, when you first got him, 18 games you played him as a number 10. That's not his strengths. I don't even know what his strengths are. Trossard as a number 10, not to his strengths. It's too much, bro. If we're confused, best believe these players are confused. Best believe these players are confused. How are you playing me? Every player knows their strengths, bro. When you play football, all of us here, if we're going to say, yo, what position do you play in that style? What position do you play, Carl? You're going to know your strengths and you'll say your position based off of your strengths. And you know what you bring to that position. And you'd say, my attributes are best at that. When I play football, I play as a 10. Yeah, because I can pass a ball and I got vision and I'm technically calm. I can't play a striker because I know I'm not a killer in front of goal. I'm good, but I'm not a killer. You can't now start playing and moving players and trying to get the most out of players. Well, it ain't going to work like that. We know the strengths of Odegaard, and that's when he has time and he has space. Drop him deeper. Drop him deeper. Even Bruno, even Ruben Amorim at Man United, even though he's got so many things wrong and it's taken him forever, he's dropped Bruno Fernandes deeper because at times he does stupidness in the number 10. So drop him deeper. He has more time, more space to see the pass, and that's what Odegaard needs. When given that, you get the best out of Odegaard. Stop putting him in a position where he's killing off our attack. Because really and truly, what did he do today? Every time he came up against a defender, he's looking sideways, passing it back to Partey, passing it back to right. Killing off our numerical advantage every time we catch a team out of position. This guy kills
there's no run.
Them to sit back, bro. It doesn't make sense. Man is saying we're a defensive team. Yeah,
runs.
Bro, we're a defensive
There's no
team.
runs.
We're a defensive team. Imagine this, yeah. How are you a defensive team that can't transition? We can't transition. We can't transition. When we had Partey and we had Xhaka, we knew how to transition. Partey will either spot a long-range pass or Xhaka had the ability to dribble and get into the opposition box and then pick a pass. Then you had Odegaard that would then the players would move on to Xhaka and create space for Odegaard, and then Xhaka can pass to Odegaard. Odegaard can see the pass, and then Saka can slot it in. We've completely lost that.
But here's the thing, also. Here's the thing, also. I just got to say this, likewise. Don't mean to cut you off, bro, but here's the thing, right? Like, at the same time, I hear what you're saying, but I think personally, Northside, he's reverting back to type. Because remember when he first came into the club, he was playing this kind of football, but with worse players. You know, because this was before Odegaard came into the squad. You know, the parties, etc. We had Xhaka and other man back there. You know, Saka was coming through the ranks, etc. Like, all I see is him reverting back to type, but he's misprofiled these players so much that it's all falling apart. But again, we're not surprised because we know what we have. I believe Arteta knows what we have, but he's so dead set on his ways. Like, everyone still thinks that he's Pep. No, he's more Moyes. Moyes, best believe that. Like, for me, It makes no sense to play Erdegaard as an out-and-out number 10 to create his own space when we know he can't do that, especially under pressure, because he ain't press-proven. Declan Rice, he's a destroyer, £100 million destroyer, been saying it. But we expect him, too many fans expect him to do what Partey was doing. Partey's much better on the ball. We all know this.
I disagree in that start, yeah, because when he first came, he tried to play Pep ball, realized he didn't have the players for it. Then he reverted to playing this defensive football. Then when he built the team to the point where he could play out from the back, that's when he started implementing Pep ball. That's why people were saying, yo, you're not Pep, because he was trying to implement that football. And once he had the players to do so, that's what he did. Then we got into a position where we were 8 points clear, and then we bottled it. After we bottled it, he got shook. He even said, yo, I'm thinking about, packing it in. I don't know if I'm the guy. I was thinking if I'm the guy to take it over the line. Then he came back. Then he said, oh, I'll keep the job on the basis that he changed up the system, and all of a sudden we became defensive. That's when he started to play 2 DMs in midfield. He weren't playing 2 DMs in midfield before. He wasn't.
But we weren't playing this Pep-like scintillating football at the very, very start. That was the 22-23 season.
He tried. No, but he tried.
He tried in a few other games. I hear that, bro. Like, he tried it in a few certain games or whatever.
He couldn't do it.
On the regular, it was this kind of football. Not as bad, but it was very similar to this pragmatic style. He switched it up in the 22-23 season, going more all offensive.
Bro, he always wanted to build attacking football, bro. Like, let's keep it real. If he wanted to play defensive football, yeah, why would he buy Zinchenko to play that inverted left back role? He did that because he was
to overload the midfield.
Why was he playing? Why did he go and get Jesus? He was trying to implement the Pep style, and when he was given funds to do so, that's when he started actually moving away from that. He bought himself time. That's what he did, and I don't begrudge him for giving himself time.
Of course, he bought himself time.
But at the same time, now that you spent all this money, you should be playing the style of football that we expected you to play, which is this attacking football. That's how you built the team. That's how you built the team. Because you didn't. The only time he went back on it is when he lost the league. Then all of a sudden, you don't want to play that Pep style. But it doesn't make sense. Even the fact that he went and got Calafiori, yeah. Why is he playing him inverted then? Even when we play Lewis Skelly, he plays him inverted, bro. He's trying to do this hybrid thing where I want to play Pep ball, but I'm scared to bottle. I want the players to defend. That's why
exactly.
Yeah, but he's putting more of a pragmatic spin on it. That's what I'm trying to say, North. Yeah. I just want to make myself
which makes no sense.
He's trying to play Pep ball, but more pragmatic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Here's why it makes no sense. Because Pep's system is designed to keep the opponent in their half and stifle them in their half. So when you do all this inversion and pack the midfield, it's to win possession early. So when you're going to do it in the type of way we're doing it, where we're keep falling off out of possession and then having to try to build up and move the ball forward in a slow way, as a matter of fact. It's not like we're doing a quick transition. We're doing it very slow. It makes no sense. It's a clash of like 2 different style of play that just genuinely doesn't mesh. You can't play this slow transition ball and then not have anyone up front to move the ball quicker in the opponent area. If you're going to move the ball slower from your defense, you have to have killers that's going to put a dangerous ball in the box and a killer who could score those goals. Or when you win it from the back, you just move it fast and try to catch their defense while they're out of position. But we keep moving the ball slowly, but by the time we make it to their box, their entire defense gets back and their entire midfield gets back, and they just organize. If you watch how West Ham defended today, and even Leicester last week, that's exactly what happened. We kept moving the ball slowly in slow transition, but we've been doing it for what, like 2 years now? But we got away with it last season to an extent because the attack was on form in the second half of the season. That's why we got away with it. But we've been doing it for more than 2 seasons.
But that's the thing, bro. He's always been trying to play this way. But the reason why he's a bad manager, wanting to play that Pep ball, I'm talking about from when he first got through the door. So when he had Emery and Wenger's players, right, he wanted to play that Pep ball. I'm not disputing that. What I'm disputing personally, and look, this is just my opinion, is that what he was trying to relay to the players didn't understand it. And then when it came to the 22-23 season, when we were 8 points clear and then we bottled it, that's when it all just clicked. but we couldn't get it over the line. Because you could see what he was trying to do, bring in, you know, the Jesuses, obviously the Zinchenko's, etc., etc. Erdegaard, we made that loan permanent, things like that. And this is before Declan Rice came through the door. Do you know what I mean? So he's always been trying to play that way. But again, like you mentioned, with the slow transition, you know, there's a lot. I think the players are very, very confused and have been confused other than that season. And then, yeah, exactly, we're confused. It makes no sense. So when the season he tried to do it, tried to switch it up a little bit, like pick up the pace, which is what he did. Yes, he was still doing the inverted shit, but he just picked up the pace. We still had the core group of players, the Sackers, the Smith Rowe when he was here. Even Reece Nelson came off the bench. You know, that goal against Bournemouth when he got the winner, shit like that. You know, it was working to a degree, but when the pressure was on, we folded. And then Arteta shat himself and was just like, yo, I've got to revert back to the whole being more pragmatic rather than more gonad, like go forward, while trying to play this pet ball that I've been trying to play ever since I've got into the club. And now it's just falling apart because we've already peaked. That 22-23 season, we're not getting better than that. We're getting worse. That's the bottom line here, guys.
And this is the thing, like, the manager doubled down on the nonsense because if like last season, the second half of last season, we were actually playing in quick transition. We started moving the ball a lot faster in quick transition. That's why we went on that 16 games unbeaten, only winning 14 out of it. It's all because we literally started moving the ball faster. When we win the ball from defense, we just started moving it from back to front a lot quicker, and we started catching defenses off. But he doubled down on it this season. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. Because, and if you notice, since the 22-23 season, all of his transfers have been geared towards playing this way. Havertz, Timber, Declan Rice, what's his name? Calafiori, and Mikel Moreno. They're all known best for their defensive attributes. Havertz is not a goal scorer. He's a failed attacking midfielder that gets more praises at Chelsea for his hard work.
It's all about he gets praise from Chelsea because he's a one-hit wonder. He scored the winning goal in the Champions League final. That's what what it is. But even when he was playing in, was it late? Who did he play for? Was it Leverkusen?
Leverkusen.
It was Leverkusen. Even when in his early days, he played at Leverkusen. He was actually, he put up some good numbers. There was at least a foundation he could be built from it. But Chelsea completely fucking ruined him. And then Arteta's like, oh, I could bring him in and I could help him. I
can fix him.
Yeah, once a player, it's not so much as he's lost his ability. Once a player has lost his confidence, that player is not. It's a shadow of who he originally was. Because when he was playing for Leverkusen, he was playing in the German squad. He was actually balling. He was actually playing well. Chelsea ruined him. We got another cut off, and we got another cut off at Chelsea. And we're back to square one all over again. Tried to do it with Zinchenko, didn't work. Tried to do it with Jesus, didn't work. Tried to do it with
Sterling,
didn't work. Sterling, mate, he needs to be sunk into the fucking Everglades. He really does. It's just terrible.
But here's the thing: like Arteta is like Captain Save-A-Ho. I can change them. I can make them better. Here's
if you're an Ancelotti,
we've got too many confidence players, and that's the problem. How many confidence players do we have? Martinelli balling under Unai Emery.
If you're an Ancelotti, if you're an Ancelotti or an Allegri or a Diego Simone, or a well-established manager, like 20, 25, 30 years in the business, and you think you can maybe get that player to be back where he originally was, then fine, I'm all for it. But you don't do it when you're still learning on the fucking job.
He's a rookie manager, bruv. And all these people that are saying, oh, but he's overachieved, to give him time and all of that. He's done very well. Of course you're going to say that. That's why the football club did that. It's done by design because he's a rookie manager. If he's never managed before, of course he's going to exceed everyone's expectations. He exceeded mine, but at the same time, I knew he wasn't going to be good enough to get to where we want to be, which is winning major trophies. Which is the whole point of the sport. Arsenal's meant to be a big club. He should have started out at Elche, Deportivo La Coruña. That's his level. Build. Look what Xavi Alonso did. He didn't get the Leverkusen job straight away. He was at a Real Sociedad B or some shit like that. Worked his way up. Then what he did with Leverkusen. Yeah, then he went to Leverkusen and look what he did. He was this close to winning
a baby treble.
The baby treble, basically, the mini treble. And if it wasn't for Adamella Lookman having an absolute scorcher, he would have done it. But he still won by Leverkusen their first Bundesliga title. That's a proper manager on the come up. Do you know what I'm saying? Arteta thinks he's not just that level, he thinks he's better than that level. He's got that arrogance of Pep, but the competence of like the Hasenhüttl. Do you know what I'm saying? But is the opposite in terms of play style. Whereas Hasenhüttl was gung-ho. Remember all the couple of them 9-0s against Man United and I think it was Leicester at home? Whereas Arteta's the complete opposite. He will do anything and everything it takes to just not lose. All his substitutions, all his lineups, in-game management, tactics, whatever you want to call it, is geared to not lose rather than to win. And even against the bigger and better teams, the Man Cities, the Liverpools, Chelsea at one point, even United. I know United are crap now, but he wouldn't go for it. When the players, I've seen enough where they're more than good enough. And I think, well, if we had even an Eddie Howe as an example, would he get more out of these players? At this point in time, I believe so. Even a Graham Potter. Never mind the Ancelottis, the Simeones, the Contes, the Allegris, whatever other manager you want to throw in, Luis Enrique and that. Like, it baffles me, but it doesn't at the same time. Because when you give a rookie all the resources in the world, this is what you get. You get crap. And a whole lot of it.
I was thinking the other day, right? I'm looking at Chelsea, seeing their fans complaining about Maresca. I'm looking at United, seeing their fans complaining about what's his name?
Amorim.
But when you deep
it was a dead man walking when he walked into that club anyway.
Right. It's all no, but when you deep it, right? We're giving rookie manager big boss issues. A bunch of rookie manager big boss issues. And it's like when it works, we're looking at it like, yeah, but we saw them do this at the previous club they were at, but they don't have enough experience to go off of when shit hits the fan, right? And you're looking them for them to do something different, to change formation or to change tactics, right? All they had was the one formation and one tactics going for them this whole time. They haven't had the years amount of experience to go off to go off in the back of their head to say, you know what? All right, we're having problems at left back. The opponent wingers is giving us a shit ton of problems. So here, what we're gonna change things up. We're gonna change our formation. We're gonna change our tactics and just throw a spanner in the loop. I remember over a decade ago, Sir Alex Ferguson, right? When I used to watch that Man United team with Rooney up front, and I always remember like whenever shit goes wrong, you know that one player he will throws on when he needs a goal. Can y'all guess who I'm talking about? That one player who's always on the bench. He was their super sub, the Korean guy, Ji-sung Park. And he will just put on Ji-sung Park and he'll change their shape, change their formation, and whatever result he needed, he'll get it out of him. He did the same thing when he had Solskjaer. He did the same thing when he had even Danny Welbeck. He would throw on Danny Welbeck, and Danny Welbeck will just go up front and fight because he knows what to get out of each of his players and knows how to utilize them best. Knows what formation to go to change it up to get the best out of them, and that's what you get from experience. These young managers, they don't have years amount of experience to pull back from. Sir Alex could go all the way back to his Aberdeen days and said, you know what? I did this against Real Madrid in a cup final and won. I could do this against Bayern Munich. If you know what I'm saying, like these young managers that we're seeing at these big clubs, they will always destined to have problems whenever complex issue arise, and that is why Arteta can't go over the hump. He have built a team to finish second 2 seasons in a row, but as
they
far as
don't
that,
know how to think outside of what they've been taught. I agree with you. They don't know how to. Because when you look at Mourinho time with Jurgen Cruyff and other managers and stuff like that, and he had a basis as to what he done, but he wasn't scared to think outside the box. But then that's the difference between a coach and a tactician. You know what I mean? Conte as well, when he won the league, got slapped up by us, and then he changed to a back three. Since then, never looked back. But is anyone going to say, yo, if Conte doesn't win a league title, he ain't going to change it? He's shown that he can adapt. He's shown that he can change. He's shown that he can play different formations. I feel like you're absolutely right, bro. Like, a lot of these new managers, I just feel like they've got a set system and everything has to work to that system. But if that system doesn't work, then I have to wait to the transfer window to address that. I can't change the system to fit the players. The players must fit my system. And I feel like that's a flaw because you're not always going to have all the players that you want. The club ain't always going to get all the targets that you want. You're not always going to have players that fit the system that you want. So you're going to have to adapt at least enough to when you get yourself to a transfer window that you can address certain things and implement certain things. But I feel like Arteta learned a certain style of football from Pep. Outside of that, he doesn't know how to think about anything else like that, which means you're just basically a copycat. A lot of these managers are copycats, bro. They see a system that works and they say, okay, copy paste. But as soon as the copy paste don't work no more, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So I just keep stocking up on defenders. I just make us more harder to break down. And what about the transition? Why can't we transition in a different way? Why can't we play at the back? Why can't we have wing backs? You got Martin that's very direct. You got Saka that's very direct. Play 3 centre backs. You got Gabriel and Saliba. Add another centre back to that. You've already got DMs there. Get a central midfielder. Get somebody that's actually a gunman up front. You have got the basis to play a 3 at the back at Arsenal if you choose to. We've got an abundance of defenders. And then when we're winning the game, you can maybe take off the attacking fullbacks off and put on a Timber or a Ben White that will sit and has more of a defensive responsibility, and put a Lewis Skelly that can go forward but can also defend as well. So we've got options here to change the formation. Why don't we change formation? Well, everyone's talking about Ruben Amorim. Why don't we change formation? Why is it always a 4-4-2 or it's always the same kind of a 4-2-3-1? Why can't we change? We've got injuries just like Man United. Change the formation. Change the formation to fit what you've got.
But they overcomplicate it, bro. They overcomplicate it. Like, you're right in the sense where it's like these managers, they have a set way of doing things. They have a set way of tactics, management, the player types that they want, etc., etc. But football is a very simple game. We know this. You know, you don't even have to change that much. Ancelotti is the perfect example. Don Carlito, bro. He'll make certain changes when he needs to. He doesn't make changes for the sake of it, which is what Arteta, Maresca, Amorim, any other hipster new age manager, that's all they do because that's all they know. They think, oh, if I complicate this, if I do something new or something a little bit different, it can work. But it doesn't work because football's a very simple game. It doesn't matter how times have changed. Like, things do go in cycles. But
works if there's Ancelotti, it works if there's logic. The problem is they try different things that is not logical. You can't make a player something that he's not. If you're going to play a player out of position, you have to see something from training. You have to see something in the time spent with the player that you can say, okay, cool. For example, the reason why Thierry Henry worked as a striker is because Wenger saw the ability there. He didn't say, oh, you can just do a job and you have to be versatile. No, I could see the ability for you to be a striker and convert from a winger to a striker. You can't just put players out of position and you don't see that. What did he see in Havertz playing as a striker? Because he's not clinical.
I was going to bring that up.
What did you see in Partey playing as a right back? What did you see in Zinchenko playing as a left back? The attributes have to be here. The attributes have to be there for you to move them to suit a certain position. Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone like flipping Ramos from Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? He was from a fullback, from a right back, or left back into a central defender. Why? Because Mourinho saw that he could play in that position. He had the attributes. The problem is not moving players. The problem is suiting players, their best attributes, to fit a position where those attributes can be highlighted. But when you're playing Xhaka, like we've done this so many times, playing Xhaka, yeah, as a DM when he never had the attributes, playing Jorginho as a DM when he doesn't have those attributes, playing flipping Jesus as a winger when he doesn't have the attributes to be a winger. He's not that type of player. He's not going to beat his man. This is why when he receives the ball, he looks to see if the wingers are making runs past him to release it. Because he's not a player that 1v1 is going to cook you. He doesn't have those attributes to play that. So this is the problem that I have with Arteta. It's like you want to play players in positions that don't have the attributes for those positions. It's not the fact that you're changing it. You're changing it for the worst. You're not getting the best out of these players. You're making them worse. You're trying to make Declan Rice a Thomas Partey when he doesn't have those attributes to be a Thomas Partey. And that's not something that you can instill in the player. They either have those attributes or they don't. You can't force.
It has to be developed in your game from a young one.
It don't make sense. You can have the best formation in the world.
It's misprofiling of players.
Do things. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Look at Man United with Kobbie Mainoo. Playing him as an 8. His attributes are suited to be a 10. This is why it didn't work. You're not gonna make him a central midfielder. That's not his game. That's not the way he plays. This is what I'm talking about. It's like I can give Arteta props at the start in terms of changing the formation to keep himself in the job, even though I think finishing 8th and 8th 2 seasons back to back is a sackable offense. But he changed. And he knew that he would have been cooked if he tried to play pep ball because we didn't have the players to play that. But at the same time, I shouldn't be seeing phase 1 and phase 2 phase 1 and phase 2 tactics in phase 5. I shouldn't be seeing that. I should not be seeing that. It should be progression year on, year out. But I'm seeing the same nonsense that he was doing in phase 1 and phase 2 to get us 8th is the same nonsense he's doing now with arguably a better squad. How is that progression? It don't make no sense.
Regression.
But it's not Arteta's fault. It's not Arteta's fault, apparently. None of this is Arteta's fault. It's the ref.
He's completely blameless, mate. Like, no accountability FC and all of that.
He walks around like a shit don't stink. He thinks he's the cock of the walk. No.
The greatest thing since sliced bread and all
there
that.
are levels to this. North side, I got a bounce, buddy. One thing I will say before getting out.
Shut your thing, bro.
Yeah, I got a live call-in show at 9:30 on my channel tonight, so hopefully a lot of people could come in for that. And he needs to get out. This whole club needs a de-cleansing. It all needs a de-cleansing. And remember, kids, if you think your manager is a tosser, it turns out he probably is. Good night. God bless. Arteta out.
Big up, Carl.
Big up in the north side. Talkwise FC, gotta move. All right.
Big up, man. Big up every time, bro. Rizzy, what are you saying, bro?
Yo, big up north side. Jump on a little late. Been watching the whole thing. I was so fucking upset, bro. This is just a disgrace, my G, bro. I agree with everything everybody, all the other fans that came on here said. Arteta is a fucking clueless manager. I don't want to go into another season going through this roller coaster again, going out the cups like suckers. Like no pressure FC settings, bro. As soon as the pressure is on and something is on the line, we fold, bro. Going up to Newcastle, we fold. We've been doing this, bro. It's a merry-go-round, and I'm tired of it, bro. I'm trying to protect my mental health at this moment. I'm not letting Arsenal ruin no more of my weekends, bro. Man, all the man them, you have your missus, spend time with your woman, your missus, your wife, your girlfriend. Don't let this shit interrupt that. Waking up early in the morning, bro, to watch this shit, bro. You could be in your bed, hug up your woman, bro. Straight. Yo, Arteta, bro. The players, it's the owners, they all have to look at themselves. What did they said they bought Arsenal not to win. Then give it to somebody, sell the club to somebody that wants to win. Because the fans are tired of this shit, man. Every season, ever since he won the FA Cup, what have he done? What have you done? all the players you bought. You bought what, 30-something players. How much of them were good? How much of them have been like successful signings? You bought Nuno and you bought Sambi. That money should have been put together and bought a quality player. Because none of them been good. Where is Vieira at? I'm not saying nothing that nobody else hasn't been said. Like, we make fucking Wan-Bissaka look like prime Danny Carvajal today. Roasting man on the wings, bro. That's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Calafiori don't want to defend, as you all see. Don't want to fucking defend, just galloping. That's what we want, a wild horse galloping. Bro, get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. Like, we're a laughing stock. We're a laughing stock of the league right now. Don't kid her. One of you guys said it, like the banter FC, it's always been there. That's why when we were challenging the last 2 seasons, people didn't really see us as the guy, as what is on my shirt, champions. People didn't see us as that. They knew we were gonna bottle this shit. They knew we were gonna do that. They didn't see us as no fucking champions, bruh. That's why the banter, they couldn't wait for it to be coming back. And Arteta keep proving opposition fans and haters and rivals right every time with these stupid mistakes. Like, why did Edu leave? People need to investigate more in that, because I think it had something to do with his fucking Mr. Bean. Amongst all the other names he's got, I'm adding Mr. Beans, aka Johnny English, to this fucking guy's list. To this list. If you ever watch the fucking movie Rat Race, he's the fucking guy that got there and fall asleep with the key to open and grab the money, and somebody else just come and grab the shit. That's what he's been doing, bottling shit, season after season, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm done with this shit, bro.
Bro, you know what's mad, yeah? Quickly, because we're going to redirect to Lee for the emergency meeting, which I will be there as well. Make sure you're liking and subscribing as well. Don't be a viad da merda. Come on, we're on the road to 20K. Do you know what's interesting? It's like, it's funny how people now be calling out Arteta saying, oh, he's not being backed. So then you don't trust the process. Because the process started with the Cronkies. The Cronkies are the ones that put Arteta in place. They put Edu in place. They've already went through, when Edu left, it was Edu that was buying the players. So when Edu was here, you were backing Edu. But now Edu's gone, he was the problem. Now that it's solely now the light is on Arteta and there's no shield, i.e. Edu. Now it's, it's not Arteta, it's the ownership. Okay, cool. So why are you backing the process? Because the process can only run at a club based on the ownership, keeping the manager in charge, backing the manager, and giving him power to do whatever he wants with the team. So you don't trust the process. How can you trust the process when the people running the process, which is the ownership, they dictate how long the process goes on for? They're the ones that gave him the contract. They re-signed him to a new contract. How can you back the manager and not the ownership? At the end of the day, 2 and 2 go hand in hand. He doesn't have a job if they don't keep him in the job or gave him the job. This is all deflection, because really and truly, there's nothing to trust here. As soon as a manager, this is how a manager loses his job. When players down tools, or when the ownership stops supporting the manager, there is no process to be trusted at a club. It is done. If you don't have the support of the fan, if you don't have the support of the ownership, then you're not going to be able to do what you want to do with the club, which he's been given the money and time. And if the fans turn on you, then it's going to be criticism every single time you do something wrong, and the fan base are going to be on your back. So how can you trust the process that the key people to trusting a process are not on board, apparently, according to these guys? The ownership are not trusting Arteta, according to them. So his time is numbered, bro. This is the same way that the reason why Unai Emery wasn't given time at Arsenal is mainly because the ownership wasn't behind him. They weren't behind him in terms of getting players over the line. So when people tell me, the ownership ain't backing Arteta. No, we've seen when they don't back Arteta. And that's what happened to Unai Emery. You weren't given the players that you wanted, and you wasn't given the time. Sacked. You finished 5th, sacked. That is what, under the Cronkies, when they're not backing you, that's what it looks like. You can't say that about Arteta. He's been given time and he's been given money. How did they not back him? The reality that they're trying to get away from is this manager ain't good enough. These are his players. These are his team. He may have wanted 1, 2, 3 players more, but he got the players that he wanted. Did he say that he didn't want Havertz? I never heard him say he didn't want Havertz. He was happy when we signed Havertz. He was happy when we signed Moreno. He was happy when we signed Zinchenko. He was happy when we signed Jesus. He was happy when we signed Calafiori. Not one time did he come out. Yeah, these men are only trying to say that now to take away the responsibility of Arteta as a manager when we fall short, because they know we're not going to win a major honor. So now they want to moan. But when he got these players, Arteta didn't moan about these players. He always said every time we signed a player, me and Edu work hard to get players, or the club. He always talked about as a collective. If you go back in terms of what Arteta said, he's always said getting the players over the line is a collective effort. It's not just me. His words. But now this fan base, to keep this manager in the job and protect him, well, he's not getting the players that he wanted. Well, I'm gonna call him out on his words. He said he does it as collective. Him and Edu and the board. Now Edu's gone, him and the board. So what's this myth about he doesn't get the players that he wants and he's not being backed? He's been backed. He's been backed, which is why he's always been happy with these players. Even when the fan base critiqued and were raising their eyebrow when he got Havertz, he was happy with that. When they got Sterling, he said, oh, we're going to see a new version of Sterling and we're going to utilize Sterling, and he brings a lot of winning experience. You even saw the video of Edu even saying he brings experience. He's somebody that's won the Premier League before. We believe we can get the most out of him. But now the narrative changed, because now when you're looking at the signings, it gives you question marks about the manager. So what do they do to protect him? Not his signings. If it's not his signings, never again tell me if Arteta wants him, I want him. Because when you were making that statement backs up that you believe that Arteta is in charge of the transfer window. How can you say if Arteta wants him, I want him, but then the club's not backing him? How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense, bro. You're contradicting yourself just within that statement. You can't say if Arteta wants him, I want him, and then now that it's going sideways, oh, he's not getting back because you're not impressed with Moreno and Calafiori. You really, what the fan base should have done is said what I said. Timber, he was injured when he first came here. Cool. Calafiori came through. Moreno came through. I don't watch La Liga. I didn't watch these guys. I didn't watch Calafiori in Syria. I'm going to give him a couple of games, and if I'm not impressed, then I'll voice it. Up until then, I'll give him a chance, which is what I did. I gave Timber the same chance I gave Calafiori that I gave Moreno. I said, I'll give them a chance and I'll see. I'll see what they do. I saw Timber performing well, and I didn't see the same effort from Calafiori. So I said, yo, I like Timber. Defensively, he's solid. I think he's very good as a right back. He's very good as a left back, but he's really good as a right back. Cool. But these, man, they weren't waiting to assess anything. Moreno's going to unlock Martinelli. Calafiori, he's the next Maldini. And now you got egg in your face, and instead of saying, yo, do you know what, yeah? We overgassed these players. Oh, no, he hasn't got his players. Stop making excuses, man. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. At the end of the day, these are the same Arsenal fans that will banter Man United with Ruben Amorim. But based on the same... I had Hooks on the channel, and Hooks was going off about, oh, but look at Amorim, you man were gassing him. No, hold on. People like you, Hooks, were saying, Arteta needs his players. He needs time. He needs to build his team. Oh, the team is not in the Champions League, so we can't attract certain players. Why don't you keep the same? When they look at Ruben Amorim, when they look at Maresca, it's black and white. When it's Arteta, it's all the excuses under the sun, bro. And that's what I don't respect. I don't respect that. You can't preach to me that I have to get behind Arteta when he's finishing 8th and 8th because he needs all this support from the team and to rebuild. And then as soon as it's a rival, Man United in the mud. Oh, Spurs are in the mud. Well, do those managers not need the same support that Arteta received? I don't believe that that's how it should be. At the end of the day, if you're not doing good enough with what you've got, you need to go ultimately. But don't preach to me that managers need time and managers need support. Managers need their players. And then that only works when it's Arteta. When it's everybody else, oh no, it's black and white. Ange is failing. Ruben Amorim is failing. Everybody else, oh, what did you win? When we talk about Pochettino, what did you win? But when it's Arteta, it's not about what did you win. He needs his pieces. It don't make no sense, bro. It's all selective.
It's just a grey area, bro.
It's all selective.
It's a grey area. They're hypocrites, bro.
And I'm tired of it.
Hypocrites, right?
Like at the end of the day, yeah, if you look at football a certain type of way, stop being a hypocrite. I backed Trossard a lot, but Trossard over the last year, this year, has been so bad. I'm not supporting it because he hasn't been good enough. So I'm not going to say because I like Trossard, I'm going to defend him and making it. Today he whipped in a couple of good crosses, but overall he wasn't good enough. I'll keep the same energy that I judge Martinelli, I keep with Trossard. If you're not performing, I'm going to call you out. And if you keep this bad form up, I'm going to call you out and say, listen, you're not good enough. You need to leave. You're not playing to the standard. I don't care if I like you or not. It doesn't matter. If Odegaard has a good game, I'll say he had a good game. I like Ethan, but if Ethan has a bad game, I'll call out Ethan and say he had a bad game. I don't care how people feel. If you haven't had a good game, you haven't had a good game. You're the as a player, you're the one in control of your performance, not me. So if you're not performing, you're not performing. Simple as that. Simple as that. Calafiori going forward today was good, but defensively, he was all over the place. So guess what? Bad performance because you're not a winger. You're a left back. Or you're a defender and you're not doing your main job. So that's where my critique comes in. Going forward, you created opportunities. That's not your main job. That's secondary to your job. So I'm not going to praise that. Moreno is one of the players. I'm not going to blame Moreno because after Moreno scored a brace against Leicester, he came out and said, I'm not a striker. I didn't expect, Arteta never told me I play as a striker, but it is what it is. And then when he was asked, are you going to play striker going forward? He said, I don't expect to be playing as a striker. So I'm not going to cuss him in a position that's not, it's not his position. When Partey's played poor as a right back, I haven't cooked him because he's not a right back. So that's down to the manager, not down to the player. That's not his, but if Partey puts a stinker at centre back, like he did today, then you're going to get critiqued because that's your position and you're not holding that down. So that's how I look on it, bro. But big up Natstar, big up Riz. We're going to redirect to Lee. We're going to redirect to Lee Gunner. I am going to be jumping on literally in a minute. World-class emergency meeting. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Northside raid on the way in. You know what I'm saying? Spam the chat. Northside raid. And we're out, bro.